I think that's absolutely what Hayden should do at this point, because I believe he is down 2 rounds according to my score. So I think it is a good game plan to kind of empty the tank and try and get this finish.
I feel like Alvarez might make an adjustment here, noticing how easy it was to take Hernandez down at the end of that second round. Oh, beautiful head kick. And he might,
beautiful level change.
Looking to do that here again.
Just like you said. Looking to clasp those hands right behind there we go, right behind those hamstrings. And into full guard. Yeah, that's one thing with the short rounds.
Yes.
It's you gotta
get to work.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be urgent, because it's not like a professional fight with 5 minutes where you can kind of work to get up. Here it's do or die quick, or else before you know it, the round's over and you've lost.
Big hammer fist there for Alvarez. And again, this is amateur MMA, so no elbows.
Go looking in that front head position. Hayden's looking for a takedown of his own, it looked like, but gave up the back. Nice scissor takedown. Nice reversal from Hayden. Good scrambles here from both men.
There we go.
Ooh,
oh, big right hand there.
Oh, 10
seconds left.
Alvarez says, nah, I'm good, bro.
And that ends the third round with the takedown. Andres Alvarez, Hayden Hernandez to kick off the show here at the Chicken Ranch Casino. Couple of flyweights giving us a good show here to start off the night.
Yeah, great action from both gentlemen. Yeah, it was a good fight. I thought both looked great for the level of fights they've had. It was a good fight.
Absolutely. I'm very impressed by the approach of Hernandez coming into this fight. I'm impressed by his calmness in the cage. In the past we've seen him kind of get frantic and immediately run to the center and, ultimately paying the price for that. But this time around, he really made those improvements, and I'm excited to see where his career goes from here. But Andres Alvarez coming in and making a statement. He had those 2 years of experience under his belt and really waited to make his debut, and that was a beautiful one here.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think both fighters, I'm sure, are going to look back on this fight with a lot of improvements that they've done for themselves. Hernandez was calm, cool, collected the whole time, even regardless of result. And then Alvarez, man, he looks slick from just a full MMA perspective.
Absolutely.
From the feet to the takedowns to the ground control to the scrambles. It was a very good fight for him.
And that is what we will possibly see from a lot of Last Stand Fight team members here tonight. Again, just a few minutes away from Oakdale, California. So we got a lot of those fighters here tonight. We will send it to the cage for final announcement.
All right, fight fans, this fight has gone the distance. 3 rounds in the flyweight division for your winner. The judges have scored a unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, Andres Alvarez.
All right, Andres Alvarez with a successful debut here in Jamestown, California, now moving to 1-0 in his amateur MMA career. We'll take a look at our next fight. Carlos Torango versus Brandon Perriatt. Both men have been in the 209 beatdown cage before.
Fight fans, just so you know, these fights are also commissioned by the Chicken Ranch Rancheria Tribal Gaming Agency. Your commissioner sitting ringside today, Jesse Guerrero.
All right, stay tuned, folks. We have 2 title fights on the line later on. Moses Gomez takes on Richard Lott for the featherweight title, and Robert Aguilar is now taking on Angel Hernandez for that lightweight title. We look into our next fight, Carlos Torango versus Brandon Perriatt, a catch weight of 140 pounds.
Yeah,
all right, really let's welcome out of the blue corner, Brandon Perriatt.
All right, Brandon Perriatt coming in with a couple of fights under his belt. Actually made his debut in August of 2024. He has a couple extra fights then, Camo will tell you. He has 2 extra fights over there at King of the Cage. So he's coming in looking for his first victory here tonight, fighting out of Turlock, California, Williams Martial Arts, just 26 years old. He was eager his last fight. He was doing very well, and of course, the fight game is the fight game, and anything can happen. TKO, but he comes in focused, calm, actually had a longer camp this time, a full camp this time, and so looking to make a statement coming in tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see Brandon come in here. He's an interesting guy. He's a U.S. Army vet, and on top of all the MMA fights you just talked about, he actually had an amateur boxing career out in South Korea for a little bit, so I'm kind of excited to see him showcase the hands a little bit.
Absolutely. His boxing, he gets some boxing work over there at Rise Above Boxing in Turlock, California. Good friends of mine, some family of mine over there, and you see his coach, Derek Williams, getting some work on him right now, getting that Vaseline going. Derek Williams, a really well-known coach there in Turlock, California, has a few amateurs who are, frequent the 209 Beatdown cage. And so Brandon told me he is ready to come in here, redeem himself, and really focus on getting his first victory here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Coach Derek, he's got a good den of people in there. I was looking into him a little bit, and they're a very well-rounded crew. So I'm very excited to see Brandon come out here and have some fun.
Absolutely.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Carlos Torango.
All right, out walks Carlos Torango out of Blesner Taekwondo, fighting out of Ripon, California, just 21 years of age. And again, this is a fight at 140 pounds. Made his debut back in June of 2024. Although carrying a Taekwondo and kickboxing background, he has submissions under his belt. He is not afraid to take it to the ground and grab that submission when he needs it. Really well-rounded fighter. He's an exciting fighter, and I love to watch him come into this cage. Blake, what do you know about Carlos?
Yeah, no, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I'm excited to see, I'm always excited to see people with karate, taekwondo backgrounds that can also grapple, because like you said, he's fresh off a first-round sub in June in the 209 cage, and also paired with that taekwondo background and distance management, he should be an exciting addition to tonight's card. I'm excited for this one.
Absolutely. If you guys are just now tuning in, we're here at the Chicken Ranch Casino, Jamestown, California. 209 Beatdown, Hoplite Fight Promotions, co-promotions here, Chaos in the Coop. And we are heading into our second fight here at a catch weight of 140 pounds.
Fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the bantamweight division. Brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Fight Productions. Introducing the 3 men in the cage, starting with your referee, Mr. Wayne Phillips. And now the fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to us today wearing white shorts trimmed in black, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighing in at 140.4 pounds. He is a southpaw fighter fighting out of Williams Martial Arts. He brings a 0-1 record to the cage. Fighting out of Turlock, California, please welcome Brandon Perriatt. And his opponent across the cage, wearing black shorts trimmed in red. He comes to us today standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 140 pounds. He is also an orthodox fighter fighting out of Blesner Taekwondo. He brings a 1-1 record to the cage with 1 win by way of submission. Fighting out of Ripon, California, please welcome Carlos Torango.
All right, a catch weight of 140 pounds, 3 2-minute rounds, our second fight of the night. Carlos Torango in the red corner, Brandon Perriatt in the blue. We look to kick off the first round here. Touch of gloves.
Oh, quick start. Right away from Perriatt. I
really like that from Brandon Perriatt. I mean, in the past we have seen him have a slow start, so I'm sure that was an adjustment from Coach Derek Williams. Like, hey, get out there and get going.
Lead leg. Yeah, anything but a slow start from Brandon Perriatt. That's for sure.
Using that boxing heavy style here is Perriatt. Beautiful use of the legs from Torango.
Oh, good head movement. Good exit. Hit, don't get hit. Hit, don't get hit. That's that karate style.
Absolutely. Whoa, big hand.
Big body shots.
Look at that.
Good cage awareness from Torango.
Beautiful double there for Torango.
Perriatt might have gotten just a little overzealous there, having him against the fence like that. Kind of gave up his hips pretty easy, just with that big onslaught of body shots.
Yeah. And Perriatt does have that head, but I would love to see him focus on getting those legs out, start working his way back up. But,
yeah, he needs to bail on the head right now, because with no guard retention, there's no guillotine. It's essentially kind of keeping himself down at the moment. There we go.
Some body work here. Still has that head as Perriatt.
Got the double headlock from. Great round.
Battle of the headlocks there.
Yeah, right.
What'd you think of that first round, Blake?
I'll tell you what, all action. You know, it's one of those things that we kind of touched on earlier about the 2-minute rounds. You know, it kind of allows guys to just stomp on the pedal, you know what I mean, for a whole 2 minutes, because at any point in the round, it's less than 2 minutes from being over. So you can kind of afford to up that pace in the shorter rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I really like the approach from Brandon Perriatt. Coming in a little more eager this time, eager to get the fight going, eager to get his fight going. But you know what? Torango doing the right thing there, getting that double leg shooting and taking Perriatt down and just neutralizing all the pressure that was coming to him from Perriatt.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Just using what was given to him. You know, he was happy on the outside with that long distance management, but when Perriatt kind of cornered him and just let the punches go and gave his hips up, he took that.
Absolutely. As we look to head into round number 2 of 3. Carlos Torango in the red corner, Brandon Perriatt in the blue. Start of round number 2. Touch of gloves again.
Ooh, big head kick. Oh, these boys are swinging.
Wow, Torango swinging hard. He's losing balance. And Perriatt taking advantage of that. Torango with a takedown of his own.
Yeah, nice takedown. I'll tell you what, I would like to see Perriatt keep it on the feet. He's closing distance a little too much right now for Torango. It's just kind of giving him that takedown as opposed to getting taken down.
Absolutely.
Because right now on the feet, they're both landing big. But on the ground, it seems to be an advantage for Torango.
Yes. Torango really takes advantage. Wow, full mount.
Yeah, nice pass.
Looking to land heavy here is Torango. The referee is watching closely.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, good. Wow. Beautiful reversal there from Perriatt.
Torango's looking to set that triangle up.
He is.
Oh,
it's an armbar.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about a scramble.
Wow. Good scramble from both these men. Perriatt. Big knee.
Man, what a fight.
And again, just seeing both these men grow in this 2-9 beatdown cage, it's been awesome. You can see the difference and growth already in their careers. I love both of their approaches to this fight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, even in bad positions, Perriatt is absolutely not giving anything up, as he just showcased with that scramble. He went from being full mounted to borderline the fight being stopped to on top to throwing knees on his feet, all in a matter of 10 seconds.
Absolutely. 10 seconds left here. That'll do it for round number 2. I like what I'm seeing, Blake.
Yeah, me also. As a fan, you can't ask for anything more than what these two guys are showcasing tonight.
Yes, and I think these two are very aware of that 2-minute time between, 2-minute rounds, just because you could tell just their gas tanks are, they're running low, I would say. I mean, Torango's gasping for air over here. We got Perriatt doing the same, but that just, shows that these guys know they have to work with that 2 minutes they get in each round, and I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly right. They're absolutely fighting like they're 2-minute rounds, which is okay because they're 2-minute rounds, So
absolutely.
They're keeping the pace high as they should, and it has been a very back and forth fight so far, especially on the feet. On the ground, I would definitely give the advantage to Torango, but.
All right, Chicken Ranch Casino Resort fight fans, let's give it up for these fighters as they enter into the 3rd and final round.
All right, 3rd and final round. Carlos Torango, Brandon Perriatt looking to end it big here tonight. Time in. Touch of gloves.
A more controlled start to this 3rd round at least. I don't anticipate that lasting long, though.
And that kind of alludes to, like, the gas tank situation.
Sure.
It definitely slows the pace down coming into the 3rd. But, I mean, these guys are swinging, so.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something left in there. Oh, big shots.
Big left there from Perriatt, landed clean.
Right there. This approach, I think, is gonna help Perriatt the most. Right here. Land, and then stay right at that same distance. Stick move.
Oh, big right from both
right
men.
Yep.
Excuse me, a left from Torango landed, a right from Perriatt landed, but Perriatt's had a little bit more oomph to it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see it on Torango's face. Beautiful shot. Good entry. Good takedown.
Man. Torango on top here.
Looking to pass right into that mount.
Full mount.
Looking to isolate that left arm of Perriatt. Yep, there we go.
Just needs a little bit of space to get to work with those hammer fists.
Yep.
And there it is. Big right landed there. That was huge. 10 seconds left.
Still fighting. Perriatt fighting to the very end.
Trying to buck him off here. Use of the cage, and that'll do it.
Great fight.
Yeah, 3 2-minute rounds. Carlos Torango, Brandon Perriatt giving us a show here in just the 2nd fight of the night. If that doesn't tell you what this night is going to look like for us, Blake, I don't know what would. That was an amazing fight.
Yeah, that was an absolute barn burner from start to finish, and then a great show of respect at the end. Kind of shows what the sport's all about right there. So yeah, I think that whole event just summarized what makes MMA so great.
Absolutely.
Get to beat the tar out of each other and then hug it out at the end.
All right, if you guys are just now tuning in, 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions here at the Chicken Ranch Casino, Jamestown, California. The first MMA event to be held here at the new Chicken Ranch. And man, it's so far just 2 fights in. It's been an amazing night. Stay tuned. Later on, we have 2 title fights on the line. Moses Gomez takes on, where the heck is my... Moses Gomez takes on Richard Lott for the featherweight title. Robert Aguilar takes on Angel Hernandez for the lightweight title. And we'll send it to the cage for the announcement of our winner.
All right, fight fans, this fight has gone the distance in the bantamweight division, full 3 rounds, and gone to the judges' scorecards. Your judges have scored a unanimous decision for your winner. Fighting out of the red corner, Carlos Torango.
All right. right, Carlos Torango moves to 2-1 in his amateur MMA career, getting the win here over Brandon Perriatt. What an amazing fight. Respect to both men who stepped into that cage here. That was an amazing fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, regardless of result, both these guys definitely won over the fans, you know. So next time they hop in the cage, win or lose, they will definitely have people tuning in. That was awesome to watch.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at our next fight. Algya takes on Martin Reyes.
Yeah, this should be a good one, too. A couple bigger boys getting after it.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's always fun when the bigger guys come in here because they throw.
Yes.
All right, fight fans, are you guys ready for match number 3? All right, we've got a light heavyweight match coming up here. First off, help me welcome out of the blue corner, Mr. Martin Reyes.
A Limp Bizkit intro, not bad.
Can't go wrong with the Limp Bizkit intro. All right, Martin Reyes out of Shogun MMA, fighting out of El Dorado, California. He's a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has 1 year of freestyle fighting. We've seen him here in the 209 Beatdown cage a couple times prior. And man, this guy swings for the fences. I love it.
Yeah, he absolutely does. Every time he goes in there, he's looking to tee off. So I'm super, super excited for this matchup. Like you said, he should have a little more composure, I would imagine, considering it is not his first rodeo. It's not even in the 209 Beatdown cage. It's his third appearance. So he should put on a good one tonight. I'm excited for this.
Absolutely. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, we've got 2 title fights later on. Moses Gomez versus Richard Lott for the featherweight title. Robert Aguilar versus his new opponent, Angel Hernandez, for the lightweight title. We've had 2 fights so far that have been really awesome. We're working on our 3rd here, so that tells you a lot about what tonight's going to look like here in the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions cage. Enter the cage is Martin Reyes.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Alexander Algya.
All right, Alex Algya. I don't know, it says Algae in here. We'll see. Alex Algya, if I'm saying it wrong. Alex, blame it on the man in the center of the cage. Fighting out of Sonora, California, and Oakdale MMA, the Reaper, Alex Algya. You know, when I spoke to Alex, I asked him what got him into fighting. He said the love for competing, the physical aspect and having to push his body to the limit. He has 8 years of wrestling experience, been training kickboxing and jiu-jitsu for a year over there at Oakdale MMA. So he's coming in ready to show his display of combat sports. He was raised in Omaha, Nebraska. He's lived in California for about 9 years now. And how do we see this fight going? Alex said big hits. Might go to the ground. We'll never know.
All right, fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the light heavyweight division.
Oh, the crowd's going
Brought to you by JR Entertainment, 209 Beatdown, and Hoplite Fight Productions. Introducing the 3 men in the cage, starting with your referee, Mr. Brian Taylor. And now the fighters. First off, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in white. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 213 pounds. He's an orthodox fighter fighting out of Shogun MMA. He brings a 0-2 record to the cage today, fighting out of El Dorado, California. Please welcome Martin Reyes.
Looks like Reyes is having some issue in the center of the cage.
Looks like we're waving off the fight.
Waving off the fight.
Oh, we have an interesting situation going on here. The crowd is booing. I'm not too sure what's going on here, folks. It looks like we have an issue in the cage. Martin Reyes pulled out his mouthpiece, but I don't know what. Looks like we'll have.
All right, fight fans, we had a wardrobe malfunction that is going to stop this fight for now. So we're going to move on to the next fight.
His mouthpiece. Like the mouthpiece doesn't fit. All right, folks, we're going to get that squared away in the cage. Looks like they might call this fight. And
a quick shout out to our sponsors, Alejo Electric, Chicken Ranch Casino Resorts.
I've never seen this.
And Motherlode Fire Protection. And of course, CFS Competitive Fighting Sports.
It's hard. I mean, you see some crazy stuff here in the fight game.
Is making you hungry.
And that was one of them.
Don't forget there's food out there. And there's drinks.
The mouthpiece doesn't fit. You must have quit.
Starting to get parched.
Yeah. It's all good.
How many
I hope the best for both gentlemen.
Man. We'll be moving on to our next fight here. Hey, you know what? Let me give a shout out to Caitlin. This is Alex's wife, Caitlin, his parents, his family in Arizona that are tuning in right now live on YouTube. His coaches, Professor Tom, Jesus, Sean, Rolando, Chris. You know, for now, he said he just wants to have fun and see where this goes. He wants to shout out his wife.
All right, fight fans, you guys ready for the next fight?
Professor Tom for curing a space for him to train, and all the coaches who have been given their time to motivate and make this.
Please welcome out of the blue corner, Mr. Ryan Harwell.
Because as you can tell, the dude's built like a Mack truck, so I'm sure he can train something.
Absolutely. Shout out Alex for showing up here in the cage. As we look to our next fight, Eduardo Santillan taking on Ryan Harwell. Ryan Harwell, looks like we're getting some boos in the crowd. But I think that's for a completely different situation.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Guys, if you are tuning in, 219 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions here at the Chicken Ranch Casino, Jamestown, California. I am Marissa, the Fight Culture, and I'm with
Blake Perry.
Mr. Blake Perry, the Nature Boy himself, professional MMA fighter, 170 pounds, doing the thing.
Hey, what an intro. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? I know you're tired of this because, I mean, I can only imagine being you and hearing this all the time. But you guys know that nose break that went viral?
Hey, I'm never tired of hearing, you know, I fight because I like attention.
Ryan Harwell.
So the more the better.
You know what? It was crazy. I remember watching that fight at home, and I'm like, let the dude fight. Like, look at him. He's ready to go. What do you mean? Adrenaline's pumping? Like, come on. It's already broken.
Hey, there's even shirts for sale with a picture on it if anybody's interested.
Yes, buy those shirts. Legendary. I mean, you don't see things like that here.
That happened one other time in 16 years. I do walk out with Fat Chuck, and you walked out with Buff, and he's like, oh no.
That's Mr. David Shirley, a legendary referee here in the regional scene of California, giving us some input in his 16 years. He's only seen it one other time, so I guess there's a second time for everything. Ryan Harwell, fighting out of Stockton, California. High school wrestling and judo experience, making his amateur MMA debut here tonight in the 219 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions cage. Looking cool, calm, and collected. This kid has a lot of support here tonight. Blake, what do we know?
Yeah. I'm excited to watch this kid on, especially that wrestling background he touched on. He had a very successful career.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Please welcome Eduardo Santillan.
I'm loving the shorts on Ryan. Got that 209. What y'all know about that 209? All right, we got Eduardo Santillan fighting out of Delhi, California, fighting out of Williams Martial Arts. We've seen his teammate out here just a little bit ago. He has one win under his belt here at the 209 Beatdown cage, and that was a spectacular win. That fight was awesome. I loved it. I loved watching that fight. Seeing a debuter fight like that, it's always special to see.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Blake, what do you know on Mr. Santillan?
I'm excited to see, for the opposite reason. I talked about Harwell's wrestling background. I'm excited to see Santillan's striking background because he has some amateur kickboxing fights under his belt. So I would like to see a classic striker versus grappler battle tonight.
Absolutely. Eduardo Santillan, got a lot of support there in Delhi, California following his first victory. I remember seeing the newspaper did an article on this kid. I mean, the kid had a lot of support on Facebook. I'm just across the river from him where I grew up in Livingston, California, so I know how small these towns are, and it's really special to see these kids get the love that they get from these smaller towns when they do something big like the 1% do when they enter these MMA cages.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to put on for the hometown. Should be a good one. Has all the makings to be a barn burner.
Absolutely. 3 2-minute rounds. And we'll send it to the cage for fighter introductions.
All right, fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the featherweight division, brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Fight Productions. Formally introducing the 3 men in the cage, starting with your referee, Mr. David Shirley. And now the fighters. First off, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in white. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 138 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of Uriah Faber's Ultimate Fitness. He makes his debut tonight fighting out of Stockton, California. Please welcome Ryan Harwell.
A lot of Harwell fans in the house tonight, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
And his opponent fighting across the cage out of the red corner. He comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in white. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 138.6 pounds. He is also an orthodox fighter fighting out of Williams Martial Arts. He brings a perfect record to the cage with 1 win and 0 losses, fighting out of Delhi, California. Please welcome Eduardo Santillan.
I tell you what, he seems like a guy that enjoys the booze.
Oh, absolutely. He's smiling. He's feeding off that.
Yep.
I love it. I love that energy. You know what? Stockton showed out for Mr. Ryan Harwell, though, as we kick off 3 2-minute rounds in a catch weight of 138 pounds. Round number 1. Nice movement already from Harwell.
Yeah, absolutely.
His bouncy approach.
Both guys sending kicks early. Oh, beautiful head kick. Oh, followed by.
Shot there for Harwell.
Oh, there's that St. Mary's Wrestling.
Wow. Side control here. Looking to pass. And again, it's just a thing with, grabbing the head here and hanging on for dear life when it comes to amateurs,
Oh, hey, there we go. Now,
yeah.
That's what he's looking for. He heard you.
He did. Big right hand there for Harwell. Nice work from up top.
How he's got his head pinned against that cage. That's a rough position on bottom. That's never fun.
Good on
Guards
Harwell.
open.
Oh, there we go. Good on Harwell. Stay busy here, but
set up that triangle.
Yep.
Santillan's looking to set up that triangle. He's got that high diamond.
That cage is right there.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it locked in. That is locked in tight. Oh.
That may have gotten tighter.
That is locked in tight.
That may have gotten that in a better position here now is Santillan. 10 seconds left to work. Wow.
Wow, way to survive.
Wow, good work for both these men here. Good on Harwell to ride that out there, but good on Santillan for hunting for that. I mean, you hardly see those here.
Yeah, absolutely. Great wrestling from Harwell, and then great bottom game from Santillan. Maybe, give him something extra to think about, not just getting a takedown. You know, now he's got to worry about all those threats off bottom that he just showcased.
Harwell feeding off the energy in the crowd. You've seen him a little bit hype after, surviving that round there, surviving the end. But you know what? I like that. I like that he recognizes, like, oh, man, that could have been it.
Yeah, no, I like it. You know, he could have taken that one or two ways, and he took it positively. So,
Absolutely.
So good on him for that.
Santillan with a better approach here coming into this fight.
Yep.
Again, that was impressive. He stayed calm. He waited for an opening there, and Harwell kind of just fell into that a little bit, which made it a little bit easier. But you know what? I'm impressed.
Yeah, me as well.
Again, watching these fighters grow in this cage is the best part of my job. Round number 2, touch of gloves. Kick to the body there for Harwell. Nice outside.
Yeah. Nice right hand from Santillan. Looks very wary of that.
Big right hand.
That level change is nice. Got a little overextended with that punch.
Yeah, it seems like both times.
Yeah.
The takedown was initiated from a straight from Santillan, and Harwell was able to capitalize off it and get him down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here he is on top here again.
Interesting to see. Santillan already looks like he's trying to kind of cut that angle to set something up from bottom again. Which, I mean, hey, why not?
Absolutely. Big right hand there for Harwell lands.
Oh, nice scramble.
Nice scramble.
Nice job. Santillan on top now. Great reversal.
See what he can do here.
Interesting to see Harwell's bottom game. Working that underhook.
Santillan just needs to create a little bit of space there to break that underhook of Harwell.
Yep.
And there he goes.
Looks like he's trying to set up that guillotine.
Trying to slide that hand in there. Uses it to get up.
Nice shot from Harwell. Yep, broke the grip.
Yep. 10 seconds left here. Round number 2.
Really good round from both fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are really grinding it out here. It's nice to see. I mean, you can tell that their games have evolved. I mean, but Harwell coming in as a debuter, doing the work he's doing, it's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. That wrestling looks on point. You know,
yes.
Definitely see the background and the way he shoots and gets that level change under the strikes. You can tell it's definitely been something he's done since he was young.
Absolutely. If you guys are just tuning in, 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions here at the Chicken Ranch Casino, Jamestown, California. We have 2 title fights later on. Moses Gomez from Last Stand Fight Team takes on Richard Lott for Team Raw and Beyond Limits Muay Thai for the 145-pound title. And in the main event, Robert Aguilar will now be taking on Angel Hernandez from Team Raw for the lightweight title, which is awesome. The co-main event and the main event are both Last Stand Fight Team versus Team Raw. So this should be an amazing night. That should be fun, and we'll see which team possibly goes home with 2 belts.
Right,
one each. We'll see.
It'll be interesting. Little dojo versus dojo action.
Absolutely. It's all in good fun. It's all for the love of the sport, and we head into our 3rd and final round here between Eduardo Santillan in the red corner and Ryan Harwell in the blue.
Both fighters looking to land kicks early.
Nice inside leg kick.
Oh,
wow.
nice left hand.
Beautiful left hand there.
Oh, that level change again.
Yeah. He times it very well. Times it under the punch of Eduardo. Eduardo.
Oh.
That's
in deep.
That's in. Eduardo on that guillotine there.
Yeah, that's in. Against the fence, too.
Using that fence to his advantage.
Harwell's got to fight those hands, not worry about the legs.
Looks like he's doing a good job breaking that. Oh, it's back in. It's back in here. Eduardo looking to grab that hand again. Oh, Ryan doing a good job weathering the storm. Looks like he created enough space there, and he's out.
Oh, good level
wow.
change from Santillan right away.
Way to read that.
Hit Harwell
Now
with
full
it.
mount. Heavy shots here from Eduardo Santillan.
Great top control.
Good bucking there from Harwell, but Santillan not letting up. The referee is watching closely. Couple more here, and it will be stopped.
Harwell's not giving up easy.
Oh, I love that.
Trying to work out that back door.
I love that. Using the cage to his advantage. Santillan landing heavy here.
Dangerously close to getting stopped. Harwell's not giving up, though. He's using that fence.
Good on him for shelling up there for a second. But Santillan not letting up. We got some heavier hands. Referee's watching closely. 10 seconds left. Oh, big hand there. Wow. Big hammer fist. And that'll do it. That'll do it at the horn. That'll be a stoppage. That will be a stoppage. That is a TKO for Eduardo Santillan.
Literal buzzer beater.
Wow.
Yeah, great fight from both guys. Because, Harwell looked great. You know, it's like I said, especially that wrestling and those shots were as good as you're going to get.
That was about 0.5 seconds left in the round. We're going to get a replay here from Competitive Fighting Sports. As we look at the ending of the fight here, Eduardo Santillan worked that guillotine. Harwell was able to create some space, but Santillan decided to shoot for that, and he ends up on top here in full mount with the cage behind Harwell's head, using that to his advantage. Harwell, again, was bucking. He did not give up, but Santillan was relentless with these hammer fists and this ground and pound and really put it on him here. And David Shirley had seen enough, and he stopped this fight with 0.5 seconds left.
Yeah, 0.5 seconds left. However, from my judges' scorecards over here, I would have given it still to Santillan.
Absolutely.
However, again, great fight, and like you said, a debut guy in Harwell, and he threw down the entire time. You know, had great wrestling, wasn't afraid on the feet, wasn't giving up on the bottom. You know, I was impressed with both guys.
Oh yeah, what a debut! What a debut for Harwell. He didn't give up, and you know what? He had amazing timing on those takedowns as well in every single round. But Santillan, with a little bit more experience, able to capitalize off that, and a lot of reversals. You know, he had that. He had that. What was that, a triangle in the first round? You know, he worked really well and improved a lot from that first fight. So
I think the thing I was most impressed with is the fact that Harwell came out with such successful wrestling, and that didn't deter Santillan from taking his own shots. He didn't stray away from the wrestling. He went to where he's good. So that was good to see that he didn't get disheartened just because he got taken down early.
Eduardo Santillan now moving to 2-0 in his amateur MMA career out of Williams Martial Arts. Shout out to Delhi, California. And we'll announce your winner here in the cage.
All right, fight fans. Your referee, David Shirley, has called an end to this fight at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round number 3 by way of TKO. For your winner, out of the red corner, Eduardo Santillan.
Eduardo Santillan doing the thing, getting the dub, and now 2-0 in his amateur MMA career. And you know what? That was really awesome to see. That was another showing of what we're in store, or what's in store here tonight. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That was fight number 4. And we'll be moving on to fight number 5, which I believe is Anthony Salas taking on Austin Munguia.
Hey, I'm super excited for this one coming up. Anthony, I got to be honest, Anthony's my dude. So I'm excited for this one.
Oh, I love watching Anthony in the point Muay Thai circuit, getting some work in, always doing a great job there, but also cornering kids and, you know, instructing these young kids in their young point Muay Thai careers and young Muay Thai careers. So he, you know, just an all-around combat sports purists. Gotta love that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude's been training for years and years. I want to say his debut was like 2013.
Fight fans, if you guys have friends at home that want to watch these fights, you can tune into CFSlive.net. There is a live stream going on the fights right now. Again, that is CFSlive.net. If you can watch the fight streaming live here at the Chicken Ranch Casino Resort in Jamestown, California. You guys, we're going to do an intermission here, but we got special guests during our intermission. We've got awesome grapplers here. Are you guys ready to see some sweet kid grappling? These guys have worked hard to make it here on the cage. So first off, fighting out of the blue corner, he makes his way by way of Gomez Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Please welcome Cruz Austin.
All right, we will be heading into an intermission, but during our intermission,
I'm glad I'm not fighting.
Young guns
that guy looks tough.
A nice little grappling match here for you.
All right, welcome his corner. Fighting out of the red corner, Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Welcome, Miguel Hernandez.
I don't even know if he made his earth debut in 2014. So I had to order wrong.
There we go. All right, guys, we'll let you guys enjoy this show. Before we go, I want to give a shout-out to Mr. Ethan Krieger. He was scheduled to fight here tonight, and unfortunately the fight got scrapped. So,
all right, if you hadn't had a chance, go grab a drink, grab something to eat.
We'll let you guys enjoy this show.
Now's your chance.
City Fight Culture and Mr. Blake Perry.
All right, let's give it up for these fighters. We got 5 minutes of intense grappling here at the 209 Beatdown. Hot Flight Productions, Chaos in the Coop. Let's give it up for these fighters, you guys.
We
got something special for you, though. Don't leave just yet.
Insanely impressive. This was not amateur hour for these kids because that was high-level jiu-jitsu. Wow.
Yeah, that was insane.
I was throwing my hands up over here this entire time.
Yeah.
All right, hey, gentlemen, let's get up for these guys, man. I don't know how old they are, but they come on in here and they put it out there. So let's give them a round of applause. Young man, I just want to thank you guys. Hold on, mijo. Come here. I just want to thank you guys for coming on out, representing JR Entertainment and Hoplite Productions. So on behalf of us, I want to give you a complimentary shirt for 209 Beatdown, because you guys remember this day for the rest of your life, right? Thank you. God bless you guys.
All right, fight fans, we've got this poster right here that we've got signed by all of the fighters tonight. A little bit later, we're going to do a raffle, and this is going to go off. It's all to non-profit. We're going to raffle this off. So get ready if you guys want this. This is always something big at all of our fights that we raffle off this poster, and it's a very wanted commodity. When these guys get world famous, you can sell it on eBay for $485,000. So get your pocketbooks out and get ready. All right, fight fans, you guys ready for the next match? All right, we've got a welterweight fight coming up. Please welcome out of the blue corner, Austin Munguia.
All right, we're heading into our next fight of the night. Austin Munguia fighting out of Ceres, California with Modesto Power. This is a debut fight, but he does come in with that boxing background.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him work. You know, and just the fact that he's taken a fight against a guy with such experience shows that he knows something we don't. You
Absolutely.
know, so I'm excited to see him work that boxing background.
Absolutely. If you guys are just now tuning back in, you guys seen an awesome high-level match between two young guns who put on a show here, had me throwing my hands up looking crazy, but that was awesome to see. We are heading back into our next fight. We got a few more fights left here tonight, folks, including 2 title fights later on, so do not miss it.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Anthony Salas.
All right, Anthony Salas fighting out of Last Stand Fight Team, Sonora, California.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch him. Like I said, full disclosure, he's my boy. So, yeah, I'm excited to watch this one between both these guys. I know Anthony, everyone calls him Whispers. I know he's been training for a very long time. He's got Hawaii roots. So I'm excited to watch him come here and watch these 2 guys do their thing.
This is the guy you were talking about that made his amateur debut back in 2014. Took some time off. He's been coaching. He, competes in these point Muay Thais. He's pretty dominant on that scene. He does very well over there. And he comes in with a strong Muay Thai base. But,
don't forget, fight fans, these fights are streaming live on CFSLive.net. Tell your friends if they want to watch it at home.
When I
they
asked
can
him
log
what got
on
him into fighting, he said being bullied as a kid. He has 16 years experience and is ready to come in and put on a show. How do you see this fight going? Anthony said it's a stand-up war. And you know what? When you got a nickname like Whispers, I'm gonna trust you, bro. I'm gonna trust you on that one. Shout out to his corners, Mike Bundenson and Chris Lowe. And this is going to be a good matchup here tonight as Anthony makes his way into the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions cage.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Am I still on that? Okay.
Fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the welterweight division. Brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Fight Productions. Introducing the 3 men in the ring, starting with your referee, Marcel Brown. And now the fighters. First off, fighting out of the blue corner, He comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in gray, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, and weighed in at 168.8 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of Modesto Power. He makes his debut tonight fighting out of Ceres, California. Please welcome Austin Munguia. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us today wearing red shorts trimmed in black. He stands at 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighed in at 172.8 pounds. He is also an orthodox fighter fighting out of Last Stand Fight Team. He brings an 0-1 record to the cage, fighting out of Wilseyville, California. Please welcome Anthony Salas.
All right, 3 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Anthony Salas in the red corner. Austin Munguia in the blue. We look to kick off, I believe, our 5th fight of the night.
Correct. Yeah, this is going to be a stand-up war. If I had to guess,
You
one
had to
way or
guess,
another.
yep. Touch of gloves, round number 1.
Ooh, big head kick to start off.
Whoa.
Oh, big knee.
That right hand landed there for Salas. A big knee again, and a left.
Oh, big hand.
Oh, he's looking to end it here.
Good level
Wow.
change. Big level change.
Nice level change there for Munguia on top here.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Recognized the situation. Took advantage. See some groundwork.
Munguia looking
Good
to
use
pass.
of that fence.
Wow.
Good opening. A bit of a scramble situation here. Gonna land some heel kicks from the bottom.
Salas has that leg of Munguia.
Ooh, nice
Oh,
hammer
big
fist. That might have
hammer
hurt him.
fist from the bottom.
Yeah, that might have hurt him.
That is slightly dazed him, I think.
He's coming back with him. Munguia coming back with big shots of his own.
I'd love to see Salas work up from here.
Scrambles.
Munguia has that leg.
Going for a...
Looks like we're having an issue with the shin guard. Stand
A bit
up,
of a
time
technical
back
difficulty.
in.
All right.
Not too sure what happened there, but you know what? We're back to the action here.
Back on the feet.
So that's what the
Big kick. Smiles from... Oh, big shots.
big right hand. A little bit of a slower pace here.
Yeah.
Both guys coming out hot. That's typically what
Yeah.
happens. You get that adrenaline dump. But Salas still landing. 10 seconds left in round number 1. Nice outside leg kick there.
Nice leg kick. Looking to put a stamp on the round. Ooh, back fist. Nice back control. Nice shots. Oh.
Whoa, spinning back fist lands.
Oof. Yeah, nice round from both. Yeah, beautiful shot from Munguia. Good, lots of big shots landed on the feet from Whispers. So it'll, yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of this plays out.
This is fight number 5 of 12. Anthony Salas in the red corner. Austin Munguia in the blue. Salas making his debut back in 2014, and now he's back. Got a little bit of work in the Muay Thai circuit, and now he wants to take his talents back here to the MMA cage. And nice round 1 there for Salas, I'd have to say. But Munguia tried to capitalize on a couple of mistakes, mostly gas tank.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from both fighters, we've seen good things. Neither one afraid to engage on the feet. Munguia with a nice level change. Anthony with a good scramble back to his feet, back to kind of putting the stamp on the end of the round. It's been a great fight so far from both guys.
All right, we're heading into round number 2 here. Fight number 5. Mercy City Fight Culture here with Mr.
Blake Perry.
Stay tuned. We got 2 title fights later on, the featherweight title and the lightweight title, team versus team. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, it's going to kind of looking like it's going to come down to gas tank between these two.
Yeah. It's a battle of wills here heading into round number 2. Who wants it more?
Big leg kick.
Ooh,
nice
right
hand.
Wow. Oh, big left.
Big shots.
Oh, my spinning back fist keeps landing for Salas there.
All action.
Wow. Inside leg kick hurts him. Body kick. That right hand.
Yeah. Not surprising.
Anthony changing the pace here in round number 2. Looking to have some fun.
Yeah, Munguia's right back in his face, though. He's not backing down.
Oh, big left hook there.
Launched his mouth guard across the cage.
Oh, dang. All right, time back in. Touch of gloves.
Nice body shot.
Wow, big shot to the body.
Textbook liver over.
Woo.
Textbook. Both guys smiling at each other. Big leg kick again. Big overhand from Anthony. He's got to be careful, though, coming down with those hands low. He's landing big, but things can come back. Oh,
Nice.
Big head kick.
Nice head kick there for Salas. Munguia has his hands down.
Yeah,
he's gassed.
That,
A little slip there from Salas. Not too quick to get up.
Being smart with it. Good approach. Good scramble.
All right.
Back in that very similar. Locking up a triangle of his own. Oh, he said Muay Thai who.
Uh-huh. But you come with that accolade of being part of the Last Stand Fight team.
That's right.
You're typically that all-round fighter.
Right.
And Anthony Salas just showed us that here at the end of round number 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's having fun in there, man.
Yeah,
Look at
he
him
is.
smiling.
But both guys look like they're having fun. Smiling at each other between big shots. Been a great fight.
All right, if you guys are tuning in, we have 2 title fights later on. Moses Gomez fighting out of Oakdale MMA Last Stand Fight Team takes on Richard Lott fighting out of Team Raw and Beyond Limits Muay Thai for that featherweight title. And the main event, Robert Aguilar Last Stand Fight Team is now taking on Angel Hernandez from Team Raw. So, like I said before, we got that team versus team in the co-main and main event.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a great night. It's already been a great night of fights, and I don't think it's going to slow down from here. So it's been a great card so far.
All right, we're heading into
All
round
right,
number
fight
3.
fans, let's give it up for these fighters as they enter into the third and final round.
If I was Anthony, I'm keeping it on the feet. If I'm Munguia, I'm shooting a takedown again.
All right. Eager to get it started is Anthony Salas heading into round number 3. Touch of gloves. Here we go.
Very measured start from both guys.
That's
Shots
right hand.
again. Oh, we got an eye poke.
All right. Looks like Anthony Salas will get some time here. Possible eye poke on Munguia's end.
Yeah, it happens. Accidental. It looked like it was just kind of mid-exchange. Fingers might have gotten a little more extended than intended, So, yeah, name of the game, all not intentional. Hopefully he's good and get a good finish to this fight.
Doctor checking him out, making sure you can see out of that eye.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oof.
that's there.
Yeah, that eye is hurting right now.
Ooh, that blew up red real quick. You hate to see that happen, but
Yeah.
it's part of the game sometimes.
Yeah, I really hope this one can continue. I hope it's okay.
Absolutely. It's been a fun fight to watch. Really fun fight here. Folks, if you guys are just tuning in, we're on fight number 5 here. Anthony Salas, Austin Munguia. But before that, when we first started out, the first fight, our winner was Andres Alvarez. Second fight was Carlos Torango. Our third fight got scrapped, unfortunately. And then we seen Eduardo Santillan and Ryan Harwell give us an outstanding show. Santillan coming out with that victory here. But Anthony Salas is ready to call time in this third and final round. Touch of gloves. Ready to get going.
Yeah, you can see that eye is very swollen. And it's very red, too. His actual eyeball is very red. So. Big shots. Those guys keeping their hands pretty low.
Oh, that eye is
yeah.
red.
Yeah. Oh, big head kick.
Munguia acknowledging it.
Oh.
Whoa, landed a right hand of his own as Munguia backed off, though.
Yeah, these guys are scrapping. Oh, that eye is bleeding bad.
Man.
Yeah. I'd like to see Anthony keep his hands nice and high the rest of this fight. Short time left because, yeah, health comes first, you know. Yeah, he's got to keep those hands up, both guys.
Few more strikes for Munguia landing.
Big shot.
But yes, Salas has an answer with that straight left. It's hard to tell, you know, with the strikes landing more. Did that eye poke or whatever happened to the eye?
Yeah, short time.
You know, did that mess with the eye so much that he's missing some? But you know
great fight.
What a good showing. That eye bugging him real bad now.
Yeah, great fight. Great fight from both guys. Yeah, fight aside, you hope that eye's okay.
Absolutely. We're going to look at a replay here, courtesy of Competitive Fighting Sports. Anthony Salas with a little slip there. Munguia coming over with a big right hand. And Salas catching that leg.
Yeah, all gas and no brakes. Definitely, both sides. I was impressed, both sides. You could definitely tell the experience from Whisper's side. But I'll tell you what, Munguia hung in there. Good level changes. He showcased some really good MMA tonight.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Absolutely. These guys coming in here with Salas has one fight under his belt. And, Munguia this was his debut. So to see them come out here and put on a show, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, great job from both guys. Very entertaining fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just as a fan.
Absolutely.
Know? Big shots from both sides. And you like to see both guys having fun, too.
Yeah. So we'll send it to the judges' scorecards, and we'll let our ring announcer announce our winner here tonight. Fight number 5, Anthony Salas and Mr. Munguia.
Fight fans, this fight in the welterweight division has gone 3 rounds and gone to the judges' scorecards. The judges have rendered their decision with a unanimous decision win for your winner. Fighting out of the red corner, Anthony Salas.
Anthony Salas moving to 1-1 in his amateur MMA career. Whispers coming out with the victory, and he told us it was going to be a stand-up war, and that it was. He wants to thank God first, Professor Tom Theophanopoulos, Last Stand Fight Team, his family, and his friends. He wants to also shout out Bang for Bang Fight Gear, Double Eagle Tattoo, Strikers Only, Hideman Clothing, Timber Tech, Port City, Brock House, and Premier Auto.
Yeah, shout out to Bang for Bang Fight Gear out there in Hawaii.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's good guys out there. Take us the man. So shout out to them too. Yeah, great performance from both guys. Awesome striking from
you guys.
Anthony.
What would you guys think if I told you that the heavyweights that we had a wardrobe malfunction are going to come out and fight? Would you guys want to see that fight?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
All right, well, lucky you, because we got him. Fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Martin Reyes.
So these are the guys that earlier they called off in the cage. It looks like they are coming back. Back out with the Limp Bizkit, walk out again. Why not? Run it back.
All right, running it back. We're going to bring out Mr. Alex Algya. Excuse me, it was like Algya or Algya.
Yeah,
I'm
the Reaper.
Sorry, Alex, but I'm going to call, we're calling out the Reaper. And Mr. Martin Reyes is returning to the cage.
Yes.
Getting that wardrobe malfunction handled now.
Hey, happens to the best of us.
You know what? At least they're fighting. Let's get a fight going. Heavyweights always bring the heat.
There we go.
Martin Reyes looking ready to enter back into their 219 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions cage. Stay tuned later on. Co-main event, Moses Gomez takes on Richard Lott. And in the main event, Robert Aguilar takes on Angel Hernandez. 2 titles on the line. It's going to be a good night. It's been a great night so far.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Alexander Algya.
I'm happy this fight's happening. Just as a man for Reyes, you know, you don't like to see things like that you know aren't going to sit well with you down the road. So I'm happy he's in here and he's ready to throw down. I'm excited for both these guys.
Absolutely. Oh, that's good. I'm like, come on.
And again, shout out to Reaper Fitness. He's a fighter and he's yoked. Why not hire him to train?
Yeah, why not?
Right? And a dubstep DJ. Fun fact, you know?
All right, fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the light heavyweight division. Brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hop Fight Productions. Formally introducing the 3 men in the cage, starting with your referee, Brian Tyler. And now the fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to us today standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 213 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of Shogun MMA. He brings a 0-2 record to the cage, fighting out of El Dorado, California. Please welcome Martin Reyes.
The big boys.
His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in yellow. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 202.4 pounds. He is also an orthodox fighter, fighting out of Last Stand Fight Team. He is making his debut fight tonight, fighting out of Jamestown, California. Welcome, Alexander Algya.
All right, 3 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. These 2 stepped out earlier. We had a wardrobe malfunction. They allowed them to come back. Now we got Alex Algya taking on Martin Reyes. Light heavyweights.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. Touch of gloves.
Yeah, I'm happy to see this happening.
Woo, big swing there for Reyes. Nice outside leg kick.
Big swings from Reyes.
Nice patience from both men.
Yep. Good distance management from Alex.
Nice inside leg kick there for Alex, the Reaper. Another one. And again, as I mentioned before, Last Stand Fight Team, I mean, they don't play when it comes to preparing their fighters for their debuts.
Yeah, absolutely not.
They'll ensure that they are prepared to step into that cage. And we've seen it so far tonight with a beautiful body kick from Alex, the Reaper, Algya. Ooh, another one. That was a little bit low.
Yeah, that was a low shot. Unintentional again, but yeah, definitely low. I'm excited to see Reyes showcase that experience, though, because this is not his debut.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to kind of see if he can maybe weather an early storm.
Reyes with 2 fights under his belt, both seen here in the 209 beatdown cage. Touch of gloves, time back in. The Reaper back on that pressure. Nice overhand there. Oh, and a big right hand for Alex the Reaper.
The body kicks finding a home also.
Wow, another one. Reyes looking a little bit uncomfortable in there.
Yeah, a little frantic on the feet. See if
something landed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Big shots of his own.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beating that outside leg.
Like that Alex is investing in the leg and body early with kicks.
Oh, another kick to the body. Wow. Liking this approach from the Reaper.
Yeah, good, very good use of the cage in terms of cutting off Reyes and kind of giving him nowhere to go. You know, I think that's what's leading to that frantic pace that Reyes kind of has on the feet. I think it's really due to the way Alex is cutting him off.
Absolutely.
And making him feel that pressure from not only who's in front of him, but the cage behind him also.
Yeah, absolutely. Very smart on Alex, you know, to be able to identify that and utilize his movement away from him and land that body kick heavy, using his momentum against him, making that body kick hurt double. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Reaper, but Martin Reyes still in this fight, and I'm just happy they got to come back out here and put on a show for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like I said, I'm happy Reyes is out here fighting, just because I'm sure just from the type of guy that he is, that he's shown in the past, that had the fight gotten scrapped because of such a silly reason, he probably would have held that against himself for a long time. So I'm happy he's out here doing what he came to do today.
Absolutely. We head into the next round here. No touch of gloves. Alex the Reaper, Algya in the red, Martin Reyes in the blue tape. The Reaper already back on that forward pressure, working that outside lead leg. And another one.
Yeah, he's really putting him in the corner. He's just not giving him any room to breathe. Just staying. There we go. Good.
Wow.
Nice entry for that takedown.
Full mount here.
Directly in the mount. Oh.
A tap.
Don't tap.
The Reaper shaking his head, looking disappointed in that victory. Might have been Reyes just felt too much pressure and.
Well, hey, nonetheless, dominant
performance
from Alex.
Oh, absolutely.
And a win's a win.
A win is a win, and I'm happy that they came out here and gave us a show. You know, Alex wants to shout out his wife, Caitlin, parents, family in Arizona tuning in. His coaches, Professor Tom, Jesus, Sean, Rolando, and Chris. And he's just going to see how this thing goes from here. Just having fun. And shout out to Reaper Fitness.
Absolutely. Yeah, so great start to his combat sports career. Good on Reyes for taking the fight.
Absolutely.
Even though it looked like it wasn't going to happen, he stayed on it, came back out, and went out here and put it on the line.
A replay courtesy of Competitive Fighting Sports. You see Alex the Reaper, forward pressure. Almost the entire fight, Martin Reyes fighting off that back foot.
Yeah, it's just like quicksand the whole time.
Absolutely. Alex the Reaper able to utilize those outside leg kicks to that lead foot, really putting it on Martin Reyes. And you know what? A win is a win, and I love that for Mr. Reaper as we send it to the cage to announce our winner.
All right, fight fans, this fight in the light heavyweight division has come to an end in 42 seconds of round 2 via tap out for your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Alexander Algya.
Yeah, great performance. Happy that fight happened. Excited to see where Alex goes from here, and also Martin. You know, like to see him back.
Fight fans, I'm looking around and I see a lot of empty cups and a lot of thirsty, hungry-looking faces.
Just now tuning in.
So we're going to take note of that. We're going to give you a 20-minute intermission to go ahead and jump over to the bar, grab yourself some food, grab yourself something to drink, and we'll be right.
Productions bringing you an awesome card here at the new Chicken Ranch Casino, Jamestown, California. It's been an amazing night.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here in the new facility for the fights.
Absolutely.
And new area in general, and like I pointed out earlier, the production, the team, the venue, the seating, walkouts, everything is top notch. It's really cool to be a part of. Very, very impressed.
All right, if you guys want to follow us, I am Marissa, the Fight Culture. Follow me on Instagram at Fight Culture CA, Fight Culture California, for all your news, commentary, photos, videos, whatever the heck you want in fighting. I got it for you. Follow me over there. Blake, where can people follow your career?
And you can follow me on Instagram at BlakeMMA170.
Go see that viral nose break.
Hey, there you go.
But the guy's a great fighter.
I like to think I'm not bad.
He's a great fighter. Great all-around fighter is Mr. Blake Perry. His team over there, Team Nobody MMA. Impressive team.
Yeah.
You guys want to follow this man's career, I'm telling you. He's got some stuff up his sleeve.
Absolutely.
You got anything cooking?
Yeah, we got a couple things working. I got a few things I need to get right just behind the scenes, and then we will be back in there in one form or another.
Absolutely.
But we have some exciting things cooking. But first and foremost, for the Nobody MMA team, we got Terrence Saturn this Friday defending his belt out in Sacramento at the Hard Rock.
Yep, that's going to be an amazing fight. Really excited to see where Mr. Saturn's career goes. I got an interview with him dropping on Monday. If you guys want to follow me at Fight Culture California on Instagram, you guys watch that one. Listen to us. We talk about life because life's been lifing.
Hey, life has been lifing. No, yeah, that's definitely, he's a dude to follow as well.
Yes.
Very, very big things are coming. Especially, I think, some really big things are going to happen after a dominant performance this Friday, May 2nd, from him. And I'm very excited to see what happens next for him, because I know it's going to be big, because he's the man.
All right, we're going to look at our next fight between Christian Cortez and Terry Hamilton. Terry Hamilton, his last fight was in the 209 beatdown cage, so this should be a good one. We got a debut versus a one fight under the belt fighter. Again, this is amateur MMA. You'll see those shin guards for the fighter's safety here in California. Don't tune out just yet. The co-main event, featherweight title on the line. Moses Gomez takes on Mr.
Richard Loft.
I keep forgetting that. And the main event, Mr. Robert Aguilar is taking on Angel Hernandez. We had an opponent switch last minute this morning, and Angel Hernandez decided to step up and challenge for that lightweight title here tonight. So our main event, Robert Aguilar, Angel Hernandez, team versus team. We got last stand fight team. Team Raw. It's going to be a good night.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can't get more game than that. You know, an opponent switch the morning of the fight, just being like, you know what? Keep it, you know?
Right after weigh-in, saying, you know what? I'll do it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That definitely speaks volumes about not only, you know, Angel, who stepped up to that position, but, you know, also Robert in training a full fight camp for a totally different opponent, and then being like, you know, I'll still take it. It's with the last minute switches. People usually always give all the credit to the guy stepping up, which they should get a ton of credit. Absolutely. However, it often goes without mentioning that the other person had an opponent switch also. You know, so that'll be an interesting one. And props to both of them for keeping the main event alive.
Yes, we appreciate that here. We got a full house, sold-out crowd here at the Chicken Ranch Casino. Every single seat is filled. The people are getting their drinks, and we're excited to head into our second half of this card. It's been amazing so far. Let's announce some of our winners in the first fight. Andres Alvarez out of Oakdale MMA. In our second fight, Carlos Torango out of Blesner Taekwondo. We just seen Alex Algya, the Reaper, take his debut victory. And but before that, we had Eduardo Santillan, Ryan Harwell. That one was just an all-around beautiful fight.
Yes.
That was an exciting fight,
Yeah.
it was all action over here on this end. So Eduardo Santillan taking that victory. In the intermission, we've seen two youngins come in here and show some high-level jiu-jitsu. We were sitting here saying an adult would have tapped out to that maybe
for sure.
30 times. But
I tapped out like 6 times on the table.
Yeah, I was screaming and my hands were up. I don't know. I couldn't believe it. So shout out to those kids. Shout out to all the grapplers that put on a show while people were heading in. You guys probably seen those on a different live stream.
Yeah.
But we still got 6 fights here left for you guys. We still got all the action. Stay tuned.
So I think the first half fight of the night, I got to go with Perriatt Torango. That was a crazy fight. I'm excited to see the second half.
Yes, absolutely.
It looks like it's t-shirt time. If you guys want a t-shirt, you got to be loud. You got to show these ladies that you want a t-shirt. You got to get those hands in the air. Wave your hands around and yell. All the way to the back row. Thank you, ladies. All right, all officials, please report to ringside. We're going to get these fights started for you. If you haven't picked up your beer, if you haven't picked up your drink, your food, everything, go grab it now because we're going to get these fights started here in about 5 minutes. Fight fans, before we get these fights started, I want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors. Alejo Electric out of Stockton, California. Motherlode Fire Protection out of Angels Camp, California. CFS Competitive Fighting Sports. And of course, Chicken Ranch Casino Resort right here in Jamestown, California.
Oh my God.
If you guys want to watch the fights, your friends home and they're wondering where you're at, tell them cfslive.net and they can watch the stream of the fights tonight. We're going to get this show going in about 2 minutes. So if you're getting your beer, get back in your seat. If you're peeing, hurry. Don't shake it more than 3 times. You guys, just a quick reminder, if you're taking pictures or taking video during the fights, please make sure your flash is off. That's for the safety of the fighters, so please make sure that your flash is off if you're taking pictures or shooting video during the fights. Are you guys ready for some more fights? You guys, another quick shout out to our sponsors. They're a big reason why we could make this happen for you tonight. Motherlode Fire Protection. They serve all of your insulation fire protection needs. And of course, Alejo Electric in Stockton, California. We thank you guys. Without you, this event would not happen. So thanks again, Motherlode Fire Protection and Alejo Electric Inc. You guys ready for some more fights? All right, we're going to get these fights started for you. This next fight will be 3 rounds in the welterweight division. Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, Terry Hamilton.
All right, we are back. Our next 6 fights coming up, 2 of those being title fights. We're going to welcome out Terry Hamilton. Nook, if you buck, this is the song you put on when you're ready to scrap Terry Hamilton, the real deal.
Absolutely. Best era of rap. I don't care what anyone says. From 98 to 2008 is the best 10 years of rap, and no one can convince me otherwise. Nuck If You Buck might be the best walkout song I could possibly think of.
A classic. I love seeing it. Terry Hamilton, we've seen him once before here in the 209 Beatdown cage. Unfortunately, did not go his way, but he came in with a good attitude, and I'm excited to see him redeem himself tonight, and it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And you always you're interested to see the independent guys come out and showcase what they do. He's got no set team, but that doesn't mean he's got no skills, So the independent guys show out sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Christian Cortez.
All right, Christian Cortez fighting out of Underground MMA. When I asked what got him into fighting, he said he was around the fight game since he was young, just didn't get into it until about 2 years ago. He feels prepared coming into this fight. He thinks wherever the fight goes, he'll be ready, and he believes he has more ways to win than his opponent does. It's going to be a good fight here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got some tough training partners, too. I've seen a bunch of pictures with him with Richard Nurse, Justin Cornell. So I know he at least gets in work with those guys from time to time. So he's got no schlubs for training partners.
Fighting out of Stockton, California, making his amateur MMA debut, Mr. Christian Cortez. Looking ready. Cool, calm, and collected. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my family listening and watching. Blake, you got anybody watching, listening to you tonight?
I do. I think quite a few. I know at a minimum my mom, my girlfriend, Anna, and my buddy Chris, I think, and a few guys from the gym.
Absolutely. Love to see the support. Shout out to you guys supporting Blake. I mean, he's natural at this. I love having him here in the seat next to me, so it's going to be a good night.
All right, fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the welterweight division. Brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Fight Productions. Introducing the 3 men in the cage, starting with your referee, Mr. Wayne Phillips. And now the fighters. First off, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to us today wearing maroon shorts trimmed in gold, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 172 pounds. He's a southpaw fighter fighting at an independent gym. Please welcome, out of San Diego, California, Terry Hamilton.
Repping SoCal. Another guy that seems to thrive in the booth.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in blue. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 173.8 pounds. He is also a orthodox fighter fighting out of the Central California Mixed Martial Arts Gym. He makes his debut fight tonight fighting out of Stockton, California. Please welcome Christian Cortez.
Very obvious who the crowd is for here, but that does not always mean much.
Oh yeah, well, here we go. Heading into round number 1 as these 2 we go. We got the cage closed finally.
No glove touch. Aggressive start from both guys.
I love when welterweights come out here. I mean, these guys have big hands,
change.
but big, nice pace too. Terry Hamilton starting way quicker than he did his last fight. But Cortez already got the pressure on him. Oh, wow. Big slam.
Huge slam. Good scramble from Terry, though. Back to his feet.
Wow.
Good job by Cortez securing that.
And you know what? Seeing this happen, I believe that last fight when Terry Hamilton came out, it was a few seconds into round number 1. That same thing happened, and he dislocated his shoulder, and that's why that fight initially was stopped. So,
okay.
You know, to know that Terry comes in with that injury already, just in January as well.
Yeah, it looks like his eye might be swollen pretty bad too. Like he was landed on his orbital pretty hard. I thought, it looked like he came down almost on like the side of his head and face.
Immediately swelled.
Yeah.
And he cannot see out of that eye. There is no way.
Yeah.
And Cortez recognizes that as he's already targeting that eye with these heavy shots here.
Yeah, dominant position right now. Side control, posturing up for some big ground and pound from Cortez. Transition to a front headlock. Looks like he might be trying to set up a choke.
If he grabs
possibly.
that.
Yep. Oh.
That's in. That's a tap. Christian Cortez in his amateur MMA debut, putting on for Stockton, California. Now 1-0 in his amateur MMA career.
Yeah, dominant performance from Cortez.
Wow.
And, shout out to Terry, though, coming out here against a tough game opponent. Starting fast, putting it on the line also. So, but yeah, very, very dominant performance from Cortez.
A replay here, courtesy of Competitive Fighting Sports. As we see Christian grab that lock here.
Yeah, it looked like almost like a modified ninja choke.
Yeah, immediately sunk that in right under the chin of Terry Hamilton, and Hamilton taps. And that was a quick victory there for Mr. Christian Cortez. What an awesome debut. That's a heck of a way to win.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Come in, get a clean, fast victory, no damage, get out.
And we take a look at that eye of Terry Hamilton. Man, that slam.
I am no doctor, but that looks like that might be a broken orbital. The whole side of his head is very swollen.
A way of the game. You know, Hamilton comes in his first fight, gets that dislocated shoulder, and now this. That's just a fight game for you, Blake.
Yeah, it's a brutal thing. Not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
He's still in good spirits, and we like to see that. But we'll send it to the cage for the announcement of our winner, Mr. Christian Cortez, Stockton, California.
All right, fight fans, your referee, Wayne Phillips, has stopped this fight at 1 minute and 35 seconds of round 1 by way of ninja choke. For your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Christian Cortez.
Wow. Christian Cortez making a statement in his debut, just 20 years old, putting on for Stockton, California. We're going to take a look at our next fight here on the card. Guys, we have about 5 fights left. We're going to take a look at Edwin Martinez and Alexander Napoles. Unfortunately, one of these fights were scrapped, so we're down 1 fight here tonight. But it's been a show nonetheless. What do you think of the show so far, Blake?
Yeah, it's been a great card. There hasn't been a boring fight yet.
All right, fight fans, this next fight is a light heavyweight fight. Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, Alexander Napoles.
Alexander Napoles fighting out of Lodi, California, Team Raw. And one thing I know about Team Raw is, man, they like to give us a show. They have a heavy presence here in the amateur MMA scene, here in the regional scene. And, you know, Anthony does a really good job at preparing his fighters to step into the cage. And that's what Alexander is looking to do today in his amateur MMA debut.
Yeah, absolutely. Team Raw always shows out. They got a big presence out here. Same with Oakdale MMA. So they both have a heavy presence on this card also. So, yeah, excited to watch this one unfold between those two exact gyms.
Want to give a shout out to my sister, Cassandra. We were looking at these fights, and I said, hey, which one do you think is going to be good? For some reason, this was one of them.
Hey.
And I'm going to give it to her because I think we're going to get
and his opponent fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Edwin Martinez.
All right, the 2 clock walkout.
Last stand fight team coming out heavy here today. Edwin Martinez fighting out of Jamestown, California, a hometown guy. We heard that here in the crowd. A lot of cheers here for Mr. Martinez, also making his amateur MMA debut. And what better place to do it than your hometown?
Yeah, you can't beat fighting in your backyard, especially for a debut. Doesn't get better than that.
If you guys are just tuning in, Hoplite Fight Productions, 209 Beatdown, a co-promotion show here at the new Chicken Ranch Casino, Jamestown, California. It's been an amazing night. We got about 5 fights left for you folks, 2 of those being title fights, so stay tuned as Last Stand Fight Team takes on Team Raw in the co-main and main event.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to see a couple of debut guys get after it.
All right, fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the light heavyweight division, brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Productions. Formally introducing the 3 men in the cage, starting with your referee, Brian Tyler. And now the fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to us today standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, wearing shorts of black with white trim. He weighed in at 201.2 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of Team Raw, making his debut fight tonight. Fighting out of Lodi, California, please welcome Alexander Napoles.
Big boys.
And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us today wearing red shorts trimmed in black. Stands 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighed in at 201.8 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of Last Stand Fight Team. He is also making his debut fight tonight, fighting out of Jamestown, California. Please welcome Edwin Martinez.
All right, Edwin Martinez in the red corner, Alexander Napoles in the blue. Touch of gloves, round number 1. Both debuts here in the light heavyweight.
Heavy shots from Martinez early. Got Napoles retreating right away. Ooh.
Big right hand, wow.
Yeah.
And a left on the back foot, still landing, is Martinez.
He's got to keep those hands high, Napoles does. Yep.
Wow, he's teeing off here is Edwin Martinez. Nice movement.
Yeah. Big overhand from Napoles. Martinez utilizing those fakes and feints to draw out those big shots. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful uppercut there for Martinez.
Taking advantage of him ducking that head down.
Nice teep. Feinting like he's been doing this for years is Martinez, picking his punches at this point. But that doesn't mean Napoles is not dangerous. This is the light heavyweight division, and one shot could put your lights out.
He's hanging in there. He's got to let stuff go. He can't just be a sitting target. He's got to start letting those hands go, otherwise, there we go, like that,
nice.
right there. He's got to start letting those go, otherwise Martinez is just gonna walk him down and dominate.
Nice right hand. Nice boxing base there from Edwin Martinez.
Yeah, very, very strong, stiff shots right down the middle.
Oh, right hand sits down Napoles, and that'll do it. Edwin Martinez with a knockout win in his debut. Cassie, my sister, if you're listening, you were right.
Yeah.
This was one heck of a fight.
Yeah, Cassie called that one.
Shout out to my sister. That was a good one. I love that boxing base from Edwin Martinez. You could tell he had that down to a T. As we take a replay here, courtesy of Competitive Fighting Sports.
Napoles is starting to sit up. But yeah, shout out to Napoles for taking this fight against a tough opponent, but this was all Martinez.
That overhand right lands slightly for Napoles. Martinez just keeps on that forward pressure. The beautiful jab. That jab was landing.
Just walking him down, not really respecting anything coming back his way. Just kind of.
That jab ultimately setting up this right hand that will sit down Napoles, and man, what a fight. What a debut.
Yeah, right down the pipe, right on the chin. That's all she wrote.
And the referees are going to take a look and give some time to Napoles for him to recover here.
Back on his feet.
Absolutely, back on his feet. That's what you love to see. The 1%
quick shout out to some of our sponsors: Motherload Fire Protection,
so shout out to Napoles for
Alejo Electric Inc., of course 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Productions, and Chicken Ranch Casino Resort.
Last
Are you guys enjoying the fights tonight?
So far in this card here tonight, let's see if they can keep that momentum going, because right after this, we have yet another Last Stand Fight Team member as Leopoldo Ramos takes on Arbaz Ahmed.
Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup also.
Absolutely. Folks, we got about 5 fights left following this one, including 2, the co-main and the main event. Titles on the line. Featherweight title, Moses
Fight
Gomez.
fans, referee Brian Tyler has called an end to this light heavyweight match at 1 minute and 55 seconds of round 1 by way of KO. Your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Alexander Napoles.
Edwin Martinez, now 1-0 in his amateur MMA career.
Edwin Martinez.
Just 25 years old. Another victory under the belt for Last Stand Fight Team here tonight.
You guys, real quick, we got a knockout promotion going on here at Chicken Ranch Casino. If you guys aren't already a Coop Rewards member, you can log in and do that for free. But if you go up to any of the kiosks, it's called the Winning Knockout Promotion. Go to a promotional kiosk and you can have your shot at winning $1,000 in cash. This promotion is only going on tonight, so go find a promotional kiosk when you leave the event and see if you can win $1,000 in cash. It's only happening today.
All right, taking a look at our next fight. Leo Ramos out of Last Stand Fight Team is taking on Arbaz Ahmed. from American Kickboxing Academy, a.k.a. from Fremont, California.
Yeah, both these guys are definitely about that action. Both out of tough gyms, have good fight experience. This is going to be a solid one.
Both of these men coming in with 2 fights under their belt. So you'll see a little bit of an
All right, fight fans, you guys ready for another
That's what we
fight?
like to see here. We're going to put on another great show.
That's good because we got a bantamweight match coming up. Please welcome out of the blue corner, Arbaz Ahmed.
Arbaz Ahmed coming out with that free cane shirt, fighting out of a.k.a. Fremont, California. Weighed in today at 135 pounds. 1-1 in his amateur MMA career. He's looking to add another victory to his belt tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch him fight because just kind of looking into his background a little bit, he represented Team India in the 2021 IMMAF. So that right there makes me interested in this kid, you know, fresh off a first-round sub, fighting at AKA. He's got a lot of things going for him, so I'm excited.
Absolutely. And again, this is a bantamweight bout. This is actually our first bantamweight bout of the evening. And once they get smaller and smaller, Blake, they get quicker and quicker.
Hey, this is true. This is very true. Just as much as I like to say, like to watch the big boys get in there and sling leather,
Yep.
I like to watch the speed and pace of the smaller guys' fights because it's
Absolutely.
just nonstop action from start to finish.
Arbaz calling himself a freestyle fighter, fighting an orthodox. It's going to be a good matchup here as Arbaz Ahmed.
Okay, you guys, if you guys are standing, you've got to sit down in your seats, all right? Everybody, if you're standing up right now, you got to sit down in your seats so we can keep all the highways and the aisles clear. So just grab your seat and you're going to enjoy some fights coming up. But welcome, out of the red corner, Leopoldo Ramos.
All right, out walks Leo Ramos, fighting out of Last Stand Fight Team. Hometown Riverbank, California, has a kickboxing and jiu-jitsu background. Currently on a 2-fight win streak, 2-0 in his amateur MMA career, and looking to continue that undefeated streak here tonight in the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions cage.
Yeah, got another lifetime martial artist, you know. He has grappling experience all the way back to 2012, 2013, you know. So combat sports are nothing new to Ramos, and I'm sure he's ready to come out here and showcase the years and years of work he's put in, and also come out here and represent his full-time realtor company. He's a realtor in the area,
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's a busy man.
I love to go back and see a lot of these guys. They have a heavy jiu-jitsu competition background, and you know they utilize that coming into these fights, and it's always awesome to see because although they have these 1-0, 2-0 records, they have so much experience on the mats already. They have so much experience in competition, so it makes for a more exciting, experienced fight.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point. That records can absolutely be deceiving. Like Ramos might be 1-0, however, his training, he has the training of someone who's been fighting for 12, 13 years at a minimum. So it should be interesting to watch.
All right, fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the bantamweight division. Brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Fight Productions. Formally introducing the 3 men in the cage, starting with your referee, David Shirley. And now the fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to us today with white shorts trimmed in red. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 149.6 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of American Kickboxing Academy. He brings a 1-1 record to the cage, with one of those wins coming by way of submission fighting out of San Jose, California. Please welcome Arbaz Ahmed.
Representing San Jose.
And his opponent fighting
action
across
out
the
here.
cage, standing in the red corner, comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in red. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 151.4 pounds. He also is an orthodox fighter, fighting out of the Last Stand Fight Team. He brings a perfect record to the cage with 2 wins and 0 losses, with 1 win by way of submission. Fighting out of Riverbank, California, please welcome Leopoldo Ramos.
All right, Leo Ramos in the red corner. Arbaz Ahmed in the blue. As we kick off our first bantamweight bout of the evening here in the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions cage. Mr. David Shirley, round number 1. Touch of gloves.
Oh, big shot from the beginning.
Wow. Caught him coming in with that right check right hook.
Good reversal right in the mount, though.
Full mount here for Leo Ramos.
Looking to dig that underhook to get back to his feet, just like he's doing. And big high crotch lift, big takedown. Beautiful reversal by Ramos, though. These two are scrambling.
Again, that just plays into the experience that these guys come in with. Even just 2 fights, between the both, or 4 fights between the both of them. Like, it just shows that big of a difference.
Absolutely, getting clipped with a big shot like that, but not being frantic. Heck, you used it against him and ended up on top, and kept composed in a moment of diversity, and that just speaks to his years on the mats.
It also speaks to their camps, Last Stand Fight Team, AKA over there in San Jose. Like, they teach these guys how to stay calm when facing adversity in the cage. And it's showing here already in round number 1. Back to the feet.
Absolutely. Big shots from Ahmed on the feet. He's got some heavy hands.
It's like that dazed Ramos a little bit.
Looking to take that back. Big shots from the back. Nice
knee.
Oh, that's it.
Referee waving it off. Arbaz Ahmed.
Wow.
Now moves to 2-1 in his amateur career.
Heavy hands for a 35er. That was impressive.
Wow.
Very impressive.
Representing the Bay Area here in the small Central Valley at the Chicken Ranch Casino. You got to bring AKA out of here for a little bit. Replay, courtesy of Competitive Fighting Sports here.
Yeah,
Blake,
absolutely.
walk us through this.
Yeah, just dominant performance. He got back to his feet and just started clipping them big with these shots right here. Used that shot defense to his advantage, really locked up that front head, spins around, takes the back, starts landing some big shots from the back mount like that. Just teeing off, and then Ramos works back to his feet, and that ended up being his demise. Right here, he lands that big shot that puts him down, and he puts Team India on his back with another victory, and he showed out tonight.
Absolutely, showing that experience, wearing that Free Cain shirt. Absolutely, Free Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
What an amazing fight here. 2-1. Everyone's all good over here on the other side as well. We've had a lot of finishes here tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot of quick finishes.
Yes.
A lot of heavy action from the start. Shout out to Ramos. Went out here and was ready to go the whole fight. Had some nice moments in the fight himself. Obviously didn't go the way he had wanted, but he had some nice scrambling moments to where he ended up on top and landed some shots of his own. Just ultimately that power of Ahmed on the feet just reigned supreme tonight.
Absolutely. Up next, we have a couple of debuters, but before that, I'll send it to the cage to announce our winner.
All right, fight fans. Referee David Shirley has called a stop to this fight at round 1, 1:28 seconds by way of TKO. For your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Arbaz Ahmed.
in his amateur MMA career, taking that O and showing out here in the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions cage. We'll take a look at our next fight. A couple of debuters here. Mr. Carlos de Jesus, a.k.a. CJ, taking on Edgar Medina out of Team Raw.
You guys, we've got some MMA royalty here tonight. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy named Buddy Wallace.
A little bit of amateur Muay Thai experience.
Yeah, we know about him. Buddy, can you come up here and tell us a little bit about your next fight coming up? I don't know where you're at. Where are you at? There he is. This is the guy wearing all these belts. I don't know how he's going to even get up here. Let's give a round of applause to Buddy Wallace. He's one of our local fighters that's out here killing it, showing everybody what's going on. Thanks for being here, buddy.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming out. I just wanted to say I had a lot of amateur fights here at the Chicken Ranch, a lot of pro fights, won my first 2 pro belts. Recently, I've won a couple belts for Uriah Faber's promotion. So I just wanted to tell you all thank you for coming out. All the fans, family, everyone that comes out here and cheers us on. It makes these great nights to remember. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you to the promoters. 209 Beatdown, Hoplite. My next fight's going to be this coming Friday. It'll be live, streamed on Rumble, rumble.com. Hell yeah. It'll be on Vice TV as well. So check it out. It's United Fight League. I'll be having my 34th pro fight, so it's going to be a good one. I just want to say, I want to give a special thanks to Professor Tom and Lori, too, for putting on this show. They do so much for our community, from elderly trying to get in shape to young kids that need confidence to take on their future endeavors. They do a lot for all of us, so thank you to them.
Mr. Buddy Wallace fighting his 34th.
You guys, let's give it up
fight
again for Buddy Wallace.
later
He's
this
one of our
week.
local fighters that is just out here killing
accolades, the
it.
belts
We want
on
to support
hands
him in
and
every way
waist.
that we can.
Yeah,
So his
Buddy's
fight
the
is this
man.
Friday
I've
coming
done some
up.
training with him and fought on the same card as him a few times. And,
Quick shout out to our sponsors,
he's
Motherload Fire
that
Protection,
exact example
for all
of the
your
fighter's
fire
fighter.
protection
Anytime,
needs,
anywhere,
residential
any
and
promotion, you
commercial.
name it, the dude's been there, done that, fought the toughest dudes several times, some of them. And yeah, you gotta be a fan of Buddy Wallace, man.
Oh, yeah. You guys check out his fight. This man puts on a show every time he steps into that cage. Fights for something bigger than himself, and man, it's always a guarantee. Barn burner with Mr. Buddy Wallace in the cage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He put on probably my favorite professional fight from a regional card for LFA out in Santa Cruz.
Yes.
That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen live.
Absolutely. And that was a last-minute fight.
It was.
All right, first off, starting out of the blue corner, please welcome Edgar Medina.
All right, Edgar Medina fighting out of Team Raw, making his amateur MMA debut here tonight. When I asked him what got him into fighting, he said he always knew he was going to be a fighter and a champion. He just has to prove it to himself. He always brings a show and intends to get a first-round knockout here tonight. He wants to say all glory to God and a shout-out to his family watching. Sees himself competing with some of the best in the world. And man, I follow this kid on Instagram, and the confidence he's shown on his stories and just the composure he had earlier stepping around in this cage. It's awesome to see for a debuter to be as comfortable as he is, and that shows how much the coaches over there at Team Raw, Rivals at War, have gotten him prepared for this fight here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. He's looking to come in and showcase some striking. I can already imagine, just due to that amateur Muay Thai background he wields.
Young, 19 years old, 5'9". This is a tall kid.
And his opponent fighting out of the
lightweight
red corner.
division.
Please welcome Carlos de Jesus.
Carlos de Jesus coming in, a.k.a. CJ, my bad, CJ. CJ coming in at 1-0 in his amateur MMA career, fighting for Strive Jiu-Jitsu out of Stockton, California. orthodox fighter. Also a very tall fighter for the lightweight division.
Yeah, very tall, very good grappling. He was able to pull off that 39-second sub in his debut, so I would imagine he's going to be looking to showcase some more of that grappling tonight.
Looks like we might have a classic case of grappler versus striker here. Team Raw, a lot of them train over there at Beyond Limits Muay Thai as well. But you know what? You never know where the fight's going to go when you do grappler versus striker. Sometimes the striker starts to grapple and the grappler decides, oh, I want to keep it on the feet. You never know. You never know.
Absolutely. That's a good point.
Enter the cage, CJ.
A lot of CJ fans in the house tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All right, fight fans. This next fight is 3 rounds in the lightweight division, brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Fight Productions. Formally introducing the 3 men in the cage, starting with your referee, Marcel Brown. And now the fighters fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us today wearing blue shorts trimmed in black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 148.6 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of Team Raw, Beyond Limits Muay Thai, and Deep Water Muay Thai. He is making his debut fight tonight, fighting out of Herald, California. Please welcome Edgar Medina. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in gray. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in 153.6 pounds. He also is an orthodox fighter fighting out of Strive Jiu-Jitsu. He is making his debut fight tonight. Please welcome, fighting out of Stockton, California, Carlos De Jesus.
The 209 Stockton, California showed up here tonight. The crowd is going wild for Mr. CJ De Jesus. And in the red corner, we got Edgar Medina in the blue corner. It's going to be a good match.
Yeah, the crowd is ready to go for this one.
Touch of gloves, round number 1.
Oh,
big right hand.
Big hands. CJ coming out hot.
Wow.
A nice button. Scrambles. Fast start.
Yep.
Oh.
Big right hand lands for Medina. CJ landing one of his own.
Ooh.
These guys are going toe for toe here.
Oh my goodness. The boys are banging.
Oh, nice 1-2 for Medina. And a big knee.
What a
for
start.
CJ.
What a start for both guys. Ooh.
Wow.
Action.
CJ needs to shake off those cobwebs. A big right hand lands.
Nice catch. Looking for that takedown using the fence. Beautiful takedown by CJ.
Medina has that head. Full mount here for CJ.
Yeah, what a start for both these guys.
Oh, big right hand.
Almost a reversal.
Oh, he's on the back.
Oh, they're in that 50-50 position.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like it might be trying to set up a triangle from the bottom. He's going to try and sneak that right leg over the back of Medina's neck. Nope, back to full guard. There's that triangle.
There we go.
There we go.
Sinks that in tighter there. CJ, he's looking
Short
for that,
time.
that triangle there.
That might be
Pulling
it.
the head in.
Got less than 10. Oh, last second.
I would have called
he
that a
tapped.
tap. That was a tap.
He tapped.
He's out. That was a tap. That was a tap.
That was
That was a tap.
Yeah, that was absolutely a tap.
Referee, we have the replay. That was a tap.
That was a tap. There was no question about that. We had a view clear as day.
We're here. You guys, if you were watching, the clear as day from our view, we would say that was a tap.
Yeah.
Referees are talking about it. He was out. He was out. In my opinion, that was a tap.
Yeah, that was.
Medina even got up looking
Yeah, I mean,
like,
watch the
here's
replay,
the replay.
guys.
We'll get this here for you guys. His hands were locked up. He could not tap anything.
I mean, yeah.
So all he could do was do it in
the right
the air.
hand, the right hand of Medina, the one that's right by CJ's head. That. Wait for it. And not yet. That's the fight right there. That's it. That's a tap. There we go.
A submission victory for CJ De Jesus.
Yeah.
Out of Stockton, California.
They called that correctly.
Absolutely. I'm glad they fixed that there. Referees going back and forth to figure out whether or not that was a tap, and I am glad that they corrected that mistake there. Congratulations, Carlos De Jesus.
Yeah, great fight from Medina too. Those guys were going at it. Oh my goodness.
They went at it. They put on a show from the start.
Yeah.
And Carlos De Jesus has the crowd chanting his name. Stockton, California. You got a new 1-0 fighter on your hands, and he's dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these guys, I'm excited to see them both back in the cage again.
We'll send it to the cage to announce your winner.
All right, fight fans. Referee Marcel Brown has stopped this fight at 1 minute and 59 seconds of round one by way of triangle choke. For your winner, getting out of the red corner, Carlos De Jesus.
Well, folks, after some controversy there, we got it all squared away. Carlos De Jesus is now 1-0 in his amateur career with a beautiful submission victory there.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, Angel Medina, you brought it as well. I'm excited to see, or Edgar Medina, excuse me. I'm excited to see where both these men's careers go, especially seeing the display of respect there right after this fight.
Yeah, I think, honestly, what happened, I think Medina tapped, went out for a second, and then didn't realize he tapped.
Yes.
Because it looked like he was contesting it for a second and then realized, like, oh. So I don't think it was his fault. I just think, that's the fight game. Crazy stuff happens,
Absolutely.
but the right thing happened at the end of the day.
All right, we're going to take a look at our next fight. Sean Powers takes on
Another shout out to our sponsors, Motherload Fire Protection. For all your fire protection needs, commercial and residential. Alejo Electric out of Stockton, California. For all your electrical needs as well. And Hoplite Fight Productions, JR Entertainment, and Chicken Ranch Casino Resort. Are you guys having fun tonight? Are you ready for another fight? All right, we're going to bring the next one out. The next one is our featherweight division. Fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Andrew Compos.
All right, Andrew Compos, fighting out of San Jose, California, UFC fit. The nickname is The Alchemist.
Ooh.
The Alchemist, Andrew Compos, his debut was back in 2023. And man, he's had some great fights since then. He's coming in with a lot of experience, 9 fights since 2023. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And I called his fight last February at another promotion. And he was challenging for a title, and man, did he put on a show. This guy has an amazing gas tank. He's relentless. Forward pressure. Amazing fighter. He's a former Dragon House champion as well, so he has.
All right, we're going to do another kids grappling match.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for a kids grappling match?
He's made a debut.
All right, perfect, because we got in the blue corner, coming out from Gomez, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That right
Please
there
help me welcome
relentless
Tate
approach in the cage.
Hernandez.
Relentless approach just to the fight game in general, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited to see him come in here. We got little grapplers coming out again. All right, we'll have to do that Andrew Compos introduction over again later because
Happily.
we got two young guns coming in to put on a show again. We said this last time.
He is ready.
They're young, but this is high.
All right, his
jiu-jitsu.
opponent fighting out of the red corner.
Show,
fighting out of Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, please welcome Mateo Quinones. All right, this will be a 5-minute grappling match. And if it goes past that, we will be in sudden death. Let's hear it for these kids. You guys, let's give it up for these fighters. It takes a lot to get up into this cage. These guys are both warriors to get in here. Your winner, Mr. Mateo Quinones.
All right, gentlemen, now hold on, guys. Let's give these guys a hand. Let's give them a hand. Come on now, guys. Hey. Let me tell you guys, it takes some guts to get in this cage. So to come in here and do it at these guys' age, but on half of JR Entertainment, young man, I'd just like to present to you a 209 Beatdown shirt. We can face the camera right here, right? Hold on, we got to put the signature fist up. All right, let's get it. All right, thank you, young man. Back to school Monday. Back to school Monday. Get them grades up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned before, you know, on behalf of 209 Beatdown and Hoplite, I speak for the 209 Beatdown JR Entertainment. I'd just like to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out and supporting these fighters. Because tonight it's not about 209, it's not about Hoplite. Hello? Okay. It's about coming out and supporting these fighters so they can continue to carry on that path. You know, our motto is keep a rage in the cage. You know, if you got a skill, bring it here. Don't get shot over it. Don't get killed over it. Join a gym. Join a gym and showcase that skill. You know what? We live in a dangerous world, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I just like to say, again, I want to touch on this poster that we're going to raffle off here. For those of you that don't know, I'm not just a fight promoter. I'm also a director for the Salvation Army. So I deal with those that are addicted, those that are homeless, those that are in need, you know what I mean? Those that are afflicted. So I put this out there to each and every one of you. because we all know somebody at one point or another where they may need some help. Please, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. If you have a family member in need, a friend in need, you know what, man? Join in. Don't be too proud. Sometimes we need help and we don't want to ask for it. And that's where family and friends step in. I got some guys here for my program. I don't want to get emotional. I'm an emotional guy, but I got 3 guys here for my program, man, that have made a life change. And they're on the path to recovery. Can you guys stand up for a minute? Can you guys just stand up for a minute? I want to acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you for turning your lives around. Thank you for letting me be a part of your journey. Thank you. And you know what? There's many more like them. And it's just so rewarding for me to be able to be a part of turning somebody's life around. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be auctioning this off later. 100% of that proceeds is going to go straight to the Salvation Army to help the next 3 that need some help. Okay? But again, if there's anybody that ever needs help, don't hesitate. You can reach out to me through our website, through social media. You know what? Again, thank you. Thank you. So, bust out your checkbooks, your wallets, whatever. I think last time, what did we raise, about $750? It was about $750. We had a bidding war going, so. All right. Hey, we've already had 3 or 4 guys that started with us at the UFC, so you might have a couple on there that might be worth something one day. I'm just saying. Okay. Also, Tom Theonopoulos, are you in the building? I don't want to edify him because I can't do it justice, but we have his wife here, Lori, who is behind. She's like me. Rayford's the front side guy. I'm behind the scenes guy. You know, I'm the mouthpiece, but you know what? Tom, is he around? I know he's a very humble guy, but I think Tom deserves his due. I think we need to get him in here and give him the due that he deserves. He's done so much for this surrounding community that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and let you tell a little bit about Tom.
Tom is an amazing guy. He works so hard his whole life. This is his vision, and he's been doing this for a very long time, and I'm very proud of him, and I can't wait to pass the torch on to you guys. I am not very good at speeches. I am a very behind-the-scenes person. I don't really like all this. I just like to make things run smoothly, so this is you guys now.
I'm Rayford. I'm the R in the JR, and I'm like Lori. I'm the behind the scene, but I just want to, ever since our arrival here to set up here at the Chicken Ranch, I just want to thank the crew, the staff of Chicken Ranch. You guys have been amazing, very amazing. You know, we go to different cities, different venues, but this support staff that has been here at the Chicken Ranch has been off the hook. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting the Chicken Ranch, JR Entertainment, and the Hoplite Fight Productions. Thank you. And we're still looking for Tom. Oh, hey, Tom is a very humble servant. He's back there wrapping hands. Yeah, but we'll get him up here. Thank you.
You guys, before Ray gets out of the ring, can I just give you guys to check out these shoes? Me and Ray sometimes have shoe competitions, but I think I am completely beat tonight. Ray has come, and he's come hard. Let's give a round of applause for those shoes. Ray, I know when I'm beat, and you beat me. All right, guys. We're going to do another intermission. We got 3 more fights left on the card. We got 1 more fight, and then our co-main fight, and our main event. So now is your last chance to go grab some drinks some food at the main bar, and come back in, and we're going to get this 209 Beatdown Hop Fight Light Productions Chaos in the Coop going for you. So go grab some drinks, go grab some food, and be back in your seats in 20 minutes, and we're going to have this started. Oh, yeah!
I'm going to. Yep. Hey, you said we got 20 minutes. You said 20 minutes. Eat. They were walking around selling burgers right now.
right, fight fans, we got about 5 minutes left. So if you haven't grabbed your drink, go get it now. And if you haven't grabbed food, go get it now, because we got about 5 minutes left in this intermission. And we're going to get these fights started. We got 3 more fights on the card. Are you guys ready to see some fights? All right, 5 more minutes. And we'll get these fights started for you. All officials, please report to ringside. All officials, please report to ringside. We're going to get this party started here for you. All officials to ringside. All right, you guys, just so you know, after this fight, we're going to be doing the raffle for that poster. So if you guys are ready, get your pocketbooks out, take a couple extra shots. It kind of supports your generosity. So grab some more drinks, slam it down, get ready. We're going to auction out that poster, and everything goes to a nonprofit organization, as John was talking about. So please, be ready. You guys ready for fight number 10? Wow. I feel really let down right now. Who's ready for fight number 10? All right, that's better. This is a featherweight match. Please welcome out of the blue corner, Andrew Compos.
Got Andrew Compos making his way to the cage, touting a 6-3 record. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. Bunch of different promotions, bunch of different fight styles. As you see a couple of his teammates right next to him who fought prior tonight. He's got an impressive list of opponents, too. He does not shy away from tough competition. You know, he's faced Benny Salas from Resistance, Antonio Vasquez from Scrap Pack. So he's got an impressive resume just himself of opponents he's faced. He's got wins by submissions, KO, and dominant decisions. So it'll be interesting to see what version he brings out tonight, but we know he's going to bring it regardless. Very tall fighter for the weight class also. Be interesting to see him using that range.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Sean Powers.
But absolutely a tough task ahead of Compos and Sean Powers. Tremendous amount of fight experience himself. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu over at Oakdale MMA. Heavy hands. He's got 2 wins by KO and TKO, so you know he can grapple, you know he can strike. And fun fact, he's pretty mean on the skateboard also. Looking to see what he can do tonight. He's been in the fight game a long time, another lifetime martial artist, 39 years old. Looking to come out and showcase all those years of work he's put in. Very, very interesting matchup here. A lot of years of experience between the two of them. The crowd is really opening up for this one.
All right, fight fans, this next fight is 3 rounds in the featherweight division. Brought to you by JR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Productions, Fight Productions. Introducing the 3 men in the cage. First off, your referee, Mr. Wayne Phillips. And now the fighters. First off, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us today wearing purple shorts trimmed in white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 145.8 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of American Kickboxing Academy. He brings a 6-3 record with one of those wins by way of submission. Fighting out of San Jose, California, please welcome Andrew the Alchemist Compos. And his opponent across the cage fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us today wearing brown shorts trimmed in white. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 143.6 pounds. He is also an orthodox fighter fighting out of Team Cajon and Bootjack Jiu-Jitsu. He makes his debut fight tonight fighting out of Mariposa, California, Sean Powers.
right. Sorry I had to leave you there, Blake. Got to get my coffee.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Coffee's a must.
Heading into our last 3 fights of the evening here, folks. Sean Powers in the red corner and Andrew Compos in the blue. Sean Powers getting some love from the crowd. Touch of gloves, round number 1.
Looks like Powers is looking to close that distance early to grapple.
Absolutely. The classic jab your way in, overhand right, and you shoot.
Yeah, good cage awareness from Compos. Good defense.
Like his movement.
Yeah. Ooh, that one stunned him a little bit.
Stick and move. Throws and evades. It's a great approach here from Compos.
Compos is really overloading Powers' nervous system with the constant fakes, the constant jittering. It's just always giving him something to look at.
Absolutely.
Bloodied up Powers already.
Wow, we got blood coming our way.
Yeah.
Whoa, big 1-2. He's stunned. Oh my gosh, Andrew Compos sits Sean Powers down with the 1-2. Followed up with another 1-2, and that'll do it. Andrew Compos in our featured bout.
Wow.
With a huge knockout. Wow.
Precise like a sniper. Right on the chin. The knockout straight to the John Cena celebration.
Replay, courtesy of Competitive Fighting Sports here. We'll take a look. You see Powers leading with his head down, and I think that was the issue from the start. He comes in with his head down, trying to land that overhand to possibly shoot, and Compos seen it all day.
Yeah.
So utilizing the momentum of Powers with the head, leading with the head down, sticks that 1-2.
Yeah, beautiful striking from Compos.
Sticks that 1-2 uppercut. It was an uppercut. Wow. Wow. Andrew Compos leaving with a highlight victory here tonight over Sean Powers. But you know what? Let's give our props to Mr. Sean Powers, 39 years old.
Heck yeah.
Coming in, you know, just with a little bit, probably one fight experience at that. And Compos, you know, being so active, having 8 fights under his belt, to come and compete against somebody like that, hats off to Powers.
Yeah, absolutely. He came in very aggressive, looking to close that distance right away. It's just that experience, that cage time shined through for Compos. Yeah, and he just really kind of showed the levels to the striking there.
Awesome to see Compos get that victory here. You know, following that last fight of his that I called, it was unfortunate that, you know, that fight went that way, just because I know how talented he is. And to see him come in here and really, you know, follow his game plan, put it all together, and get the victory in the way that he did, it was amazing to see. We'll send it to the cage to announce our winner, Andrew Compos.
All right, fight fans. Referee Wayne Phillips has called an end to this fight at 1 minute and 6 seconds of round 1 by way of KO. For your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Andrew the Alchemist Compos.
Andrew Compos moving to 7-3 in his amateur MMA career with a spectacular victory here in our featured bout tonight. All right, guys, following this, it is time. Titles on the line. Our co-main event, Moses Gomez, Last Stand Fight Team, taking on Richard Lott, Team Raw.
Yeah, we got a couple bangers to end the night.
You guys, a quick shout out to our sponsors again. Alejo Electric
2 more
Inc.
fights, folks, both
in
titles,
Stockton,
the
California.
title,
Motherload
title.
Fire Protection
You guys
from
do not wanna
Angels
miss it.
Camp. If we did not have you guys, we could not do this event. And of course, Chicken Ranch Casino Resort. Thank you guys for your support. All right, have you guys taken enough shots or drank enough drinks? Because we got the signed poster coming up. I'm going to turn into an auctioneer now. Here we go. All right, DJ. Turn that music down because we got to hear these people yell. All right, this is signed by every single one of these fighters here tonight. This is awesome. This thing is going to go down in history. This is the first Chaos in the Coop event. So what should we start this out at? Should we start it at what? You got $5? That's it? 50, right? You're saying 5-0? Oh, he says start at 75. Is that you? Oh, 500. My man right here. Okay, we got some serious contenders. We've got a 500 here. Is anybody higher? We got $500 right here. Anybody gonna go for it? We got. I just need another one. We need a $500. We've got it going here. Anybody got 525? 525. Let me know 525. Anybody got to go? We've got a 500. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid on the 500. Is anybody here? Do we have to 550 over here? Okay, we're up to 550. All right, so we're at 550. What else can we get here? 550 into the 570. We got a 6. All right, we got a 6. We got a 6 right here. Okay, 600. We need something higher. We got 600 right now.
Remember, this money is going to change lives.
Absolutely, a non-profit organization. This is very... Oh, okay, 7. Anybody 7? We've got, what, 600 is where we're at right now? Or is anybody for 7? Anybody for 7? 650, 650. Anybody? 650. We got 600 right now, 600. We got 600 right now. We got 600. Is it 650? Anybody on the 650? Anybody? Going once. 800. We've got a serious player over here. Look at this. All right. This is how we raise money. We have just beat our record for the last one. So,
whoever has this hanging in their house, remember, this is history. This is the first MMA fight here at the new Coop. So, 800.
All right, we're at 800, and I think we can go higher. I think we could probably break 1,000, but we'll start with 850. Is there anybody? 850. We've got 1,000 already. All right, we've gone to 1,000. We've got 1,000 for the Chaos in the Coop sign poster. Do we got 1,050? Do we got 1,050? Do we anybody? You sir, you look like you go. Are you sure? Okay, 1,050 going. We got 1,000, right? 1,000 going once. Anybody other players? I see a hand in the back right there. Oh, he's at 1,050. All right, we got another one. 1,050. Who's the next one? We got 1,050 in the back corner over there. Is there anybody going to 1,100? 1,100. Remember, this is a non-profit organization. This is going to a good cause. We're going to go once with 1,050 here in the back corner. We are going to go. Oh. I hear an 1,100 now. We have just jumped up to 1,100. We're going to keep it going. Anybody else? We're at 1,100. 1,150 going. Anybody? All right, 1,100. Going once. Going twice. Sold to the man right here in the front for 1,100. Thank you so much for your support. All right, we're going to have him come up here in the cage. Come up in here. You give $1,100, you get a picture in the cage. It's support like this that keeps everything going. Thank you.
Real quick, I just want to thank you for donating $1,100 to a great cause. And can you just tell me your name real quick? And then what compelled you to spend $1,100 on a photo?
because you say that you help people. I have a son that's a heroin addict for 20 years, and I've been trying to help him a lot, and I wanted to reach out to you.
What's your name, sir?
Bob Grossi.
Bob, here's my card with my personal cell number. When we're done here this weekend, I want you to call me Monday morning so we could figure out how we could find a way so your son doesn't spend 21 years on drugs. How's that sound? God bless you.
And then where do I pay you?
We'll get the show on the road. Thank you guys for your patience.
All right, guys. That's why I love being a part of this promotion. They give back to the community all the time. Let's give one more round of applause. Thank you guys so much. All right, well, it's that time of the evening. You guys ready for the co-main event of the evening? Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. All right, this is a featherweight matchup. This is a Hoplite Production title fight. So please welcome out of the blue corner, Richard Lott.
Oh, we got some love for Richard Lott in the crowd. Richard Lott fighting out of Team Raw, a.k.a. the Kimura Kid. Beyond Limits Muay Thai, fighting out of Stockton, California. Here in the featherweight division, made his debut back in October of 2024. He's a jiu-jitsu blue belt. And looking back at his profile, this kid has competed multiple times at the highest levels, open weight, anything you can think of, he has competed in it locally. So Richard Lott coming in with a lot of jiu-jitsu, a very well-versed Brazilian jiu-jitsu player. What made this a good match? The grappling, wrestling style of Gomez can possibly be neutralized by the intelligent jiu-jitsu style of Richard Lott.
Yeah, that's a great point because, on paper he's a blue belt, but this isn't your average blue belt. He's, like you said, he's constantly competing, places like Arte Suave, like big jiu-jitsu shows. He's competed plenty on top of touting a 2-0 MMA record. So, I'm excited to watch Richard Lott come out here and, see how he can use that jiu-jitsu in the MMA world.
He sees this fight with the submission
and
victory.
His opponent fighting
native.
Out of the red corner, please welcome Moses Gomez.
So we wanted to shout out the Buffalo Black Brotherhood. Always got to do that for you, Richard. As we introduce the second half of our title fight here tonight, former lightweight champion Moses Gomez walking in, last stand fight team, fighting out of Oakdale, California, the Showman, Moses Gomez, just 28 years old, made his debut back in January of 2022. He is a former 2-9 beatdown champion, 3-time amateur champion at 3 different promotions. He's a veteran amateur, fought notable names like former champion Joey Bartholomew, Anthony Shelton, has a huge wrestling background, and also competes in jiu-jitsu a little bit, but bigger than that is his wrestling, the skills in the wrestling. He's heavy on top. I'm excited for this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. He's not only a veteran to the fight game, he's a veteran of the country too. He's a U.S. Marine, very seasoned in the fight world, in the cage and out of the cage. I saw a video of him fighting 6 guys at once in the street beefs, street beef scrapyard. So I don't know how you can't be a fan of this dude. He's the man.
This guy is very exciting to watch. Really just puts the pressure, and once he gets on top, it's usually game over from there. But again, what makes this a good fight? The jiu-jitsu of Richard Lott versus the wrestling of Moses Gomez. We will see who comes out victorious here tonight to be crowned the 2-9 beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions featherweight champion here in our co-main event. We're in for a treat, Blake.
Yeah, this has all the makings of an awesome fight. Great matchup, stylistically, and just what I know about them as people. I feel like this is going to be one one for the night for sure.
Absolutely. We'll take a look at that belt there. A beautiful co-promotion belt here. You can hear half this crowd going crazy for Richard Lott and the other half going insane for Moses Gomez. All around a crowd-pleasing matchup here tonight, and we will send it to the cage for fighter introductions.
All right, fight fans. This next fight is the co-main fight of the evening. It is a Hop Fight Productions Championship title fight in the featherweight division. This is the JUAR Entertainment's 209 Beatdown and Hoplite Fight Productions, also brought to you by Alejo Electric. Formally introducing the three men in the cage. Starting with your referee, Brian Tyler. And now the fighters. First off, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us today wearing orange shorts trimmed in white. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 144.6 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of Team Raw and Beyond Limits BBB. He brings a perfect record to the cage tonight with 2 wins and 0 losses. One of those wins coming by way of submission. Fighting out of Stockton, California, Richard Lott. And his opponent fighting across the cage, standing in the red corner, wearing green shorts trimmed in black. He stands at 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 145.8 pounds. He is also an orthodox fighter fighting out of Oakdale MMA and Last Stand Fight Team. He brings a 5-3 record with 1 win by way of KO. Fighting out of Oakdale, California, Moses Gomez. Your referee, Brian Tyler, for the pre-fight instructions.
All right, gentlemen, this is for the 145-pound championship. We went over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Go back to your corners.
All right, we look to kick off the first of 2 title fights here tonight. Our co-main event, Moses Gomez in the red corner, Richard Lott in the blue for the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions featherweight title.
Yeah, let's go. I'm pumped for this one.
Touch of gloves, round number 1. Oh, beautiful outside leg kick.
Big body
kick. To
kick.
the body, wow.
Utilizing that wrist control from Loft, reaching out, grabbing that lead hand to Gomez to kind of control that distance management.
I'd have to imagine this is the first time in a long time for Gomez to slide those shin pads back on in a fight.
Right. Ooh, big shot.
Nice outside leg.
Yeah, Gomez is really touching up that calf.
Another one.
Gomez has a little bit of a heavier stance on that lead leg, and Gomez is trying to take advantage of that. Stiff jab.
Beautiful jab. Ooh, both men landing jabs there. Both very patient here, being calculated with what they choose to strike with, because I think they both really respect each other's ground game at this point.
A lot of times those end up being the best stand-up fights.
Absolutely.
2 really good grapplers. You can definitely tell it was part of the game plan for Gomez to really invest in that lead calf of Loft.
Richard Lott switching stances there temporarily. Might be having some issues with that outside leg already.
Yeah. It only takes one. Oh.
Round number 1 there between Moses Gomez, Richard Lott. I think it was pretty even round number 1 there.
Yeah, I would say that would be a tough one to score. Very measured, very controlled round approach from both fighters. Yeah, like I said, lots of touching that lead leg for Gomez. And then Loft was, I like how he's controlling the wrist from that full extended arm length. Using that length, controlling exactly where Gomez is at. Grabbing that wrist, cutting the angles.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think just that investment in that lead leg for Moses Gomez was clearly part of the plan. And I think it just may have edged him this first round. Just heavy on that lead leg.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
All right, we'll head into round number 2 here for the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions featherweight title. 3 2-minute rounds, folks. We're heading into round number 2 now. Moses Gomez in the red corner, Richard Lott in the blue. Round number 2. Touch of gloves. Richard Lott.
Quick start.
Yeah. Look to put him on the back foot there.
Extending that lead hand out. Keeping him at the end of it. Loftus.
Nice jab. Kind of a little jumping jab there that Stephen Gomez has. And he uses that a lot. He'll jump and boom, here we go.
Good distance close. Beautiful takedown. Oh, that jiu-jitsu from Loft, though. Super slick off his back. Let's see, he's got that arm. He's got that arm. Big slam,
Nice
beautiful
slam
defense.
there. And welcomes him back to the feet. You get 2 grapplers in there.
Yeah.
Naturally, they might just stand.
Both of them have respect for each other's ground game for a reason, as we just saw. Big slam from Gomez, super slick, shifty jiu-jitsu from Loft.
The slightest mistake just could cost you the fight.
Yeah, 100%.
And they know it. Lott with a kick of his own.
Switching stances from Gomez. He's either starting or ending every combo with that calf kick.
Right. Nice jab there from Stephen Gomez. Backs up Lott for a second.
Nice front kick from Loft.
That's a really good read. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, nice jab.
Big knee there to end the round.
Another great round.
Absolutely. This is a really good matchup. And again, you guys may take a look at their records. Stephen Gomez coming in with about 10 fights under his belt. And Richard only with 2. But nonetheless, it really depends on how the camp prepares their fighters. And, we've seen with Team Raw that they are able to do that and make sure that their fighters are ready to challenge for these titles as they have many times in the past. Really good matchup. Definitely depends on styles as well. And styles make fights, and here we are. We're getting a good one.
Absolutely. I think this third round, it's going to come down to this third round a lot. Because right now, we've seen good things from both guys.
Absolutely.
So I think this third round is really going to sway one way or another if it does go to a decision.
All right, we are coming up on our third and final round to determine the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions featherweight champion.
All right, fight
After
fans,
this,
let's give it up for these fighters as they enter into the third and final round.
Third and final round, touch of gloves. Richard Lott immediately on that jab.
Closing the distance, looking to corner.
Nice 1-2 there from Lott.
Gomez is. He leads in with that jab.
Wow.
Yeah. Very nice. Big calf kick.
And that lead leg of Lott is bothering him so much so he changed stances.
Man, again, spun him around with it.
Now the inside, really working that lead leg.
Yeah.
Smart game plan there.
Yeah. Really eating that leg up. Inside and outside.
The importance of checking kicks even with those shin guards on.
Yep. Between that jab and then that calf kick of Gomez. I think he's running away with it a little bit right now.
And with the experience Gomez has, you know he sees that, and he's just going to keep going back to it over and over.
Absolutely. Nice.
Oh, wow. That one hurt.
Ooh, nice snap kick from Loft. Nice
Big
right hand. Ooh, they're mixing it up.
Stephen Gomez has an iron chin, though.
Yeah, he does.
I've seen him in some wars.
Oh, big shot from Gomez.
Right in front of us. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, what a stamp to the
What
end of the
a
fight.
show. Moses the Showman Gomez.
Wow.
Richard the Kimura Kid. Lott gave
Wow,
us
guys, let's give it up for these
amazing
fighters. That's what I
co-main
call
event
a co-main
for the featherweight title.
event.
Some celebration from both guys. I like it.
We'll send it to the judges for the decision here, but man, what a fight. What a fight. We'll get a replay.
You guys,
here.
we've got one of our
Courtesy
sponsors here in the cage tonight, Alejo Electric. From Stockton to hand out our belts. Thank you, Alejo Electric.
Nice 1-2 there, but that leg, kicking that lead leg all day this entire fight. It was not. It was a nice game plan there for Stephen Gomez. He utilized it perfectly and was able to get a couple of shots off in the end there. Tossed him down on the ground for good measure.
Right. Yeah, that was definitely a way to kind of solidify the end of that fight, in my opinion.
Let's talk about Richard Lott. 2-0, fighting a fighter that has 10 fights.
Yeah.
You know, how impressive is that? You go to decision, all 3 rounds. You got to hats off to him, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it wasn't like it was a landslide fight. You never know how the decision could go. You know, he went out there and he absolutely had big moments of his own. He went out there, threw down with someone with 5 times the fights of him, you know, and he went out there and it looked close in experience. You know, I was very impressed with Loft, just all around, both these guys.
Shout out to Professor Tom Theophanopoulos. You've seen him there with the new belt. He is the promoter for Hoplite Fight Productions, also coach over there or professor over there at
Fight
OPM
fans, let's
MMA.
give it up one more
We'll
time
send
for
it
these
to the
fighters.
cage.
That's what I call a co-main event for the promotional title here. This fight has gone to the judges, and the judges have rendered a split decision. For your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Moses Gomez.
The split.
Moses Gomez giving us a split in honor of that split decision that he wasn't too fond of there. Nonetheless, Moses the Showman Gomez puts on a show here tonight at the Chicken Ranch Casino, Jamestown, California, and now the new 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions featherweight
Just want to give a
champion.
shout out to our
He said he
sponsors,
wanted his belt back.
Alejo Electric from Stockton, California. Thank you for promoting this and giving us your co-main event
Great performance from
sponsorship
both guys.
for the
Very
Hoplite
controlling fight for
promotional
Gomez.
title fights.
I definitely agree with the fight going his way, for sure.
Absolutely. What a good fight. Congratulations to Moses, the Showman Gomez. maybe we'll see him make the move to pro here soon.
I would like to see that.
See Moses there with Professor Tom, Jesus Vega, his other coach, not too sure of his name, but hey, you're awesome, dude. Because
good crew over there.
Yeah. You had a great show out for your team here tonight. What's
All
up?
right,
I'm
fight
Felicity
fans, the
Fight
action
Culture.
does
I'm
not
here with
stop
Blake
after
Perry.
the fights.
We're
The
happy
party's
that
just
you
going to
guys
get
stayed tuned. We got
started.
the main
So
event
fly
coming
over
up.
to the
Do not miss it.
Let's go.
Robert Aguilar, Angel Hernandez. It's going to be a good match.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Strut out onto the casino floor and take a spin on the wide variety of gaming machines and table games at Chicken Ranch
All right,
Casino
make sure you follow
Resort.
209 Beatdown at 209 Beatdown on Instagram. Let them know that you love this venue here at the Chicken Ranch. Go tell the Chicken Ranch the same thing too. We want to come back. We love this venue here in Jamestown, California. Shout out to all the fighters who have competed here earlier in the card. Most of all, shout out to our new featherweight champion, Mr. Moses, the Showman Gomez. Next up, we got Robert Aguilar taking on Angel Hernandez. That's going to be an amazing matchup. Angel Hernandez taking this fight on literally the last couple of hours.
Don't forget about that
before
after
they come
party.
out here.
Starts
So,
at 11
shout
o'clock,
out to
you
him. It was
guys.
an amazing thing to do
The
as a
proper-
fighter. And we touched on, what it's like to take a last-minute fight on both ends. So, again, shout out to both these men to ensuring that we have a main event here tonight and ensuring that we have a show for the lightweight title.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both of them, like if one or the other didn't step up like they did, the card ends right with Moses Gomez. There is no main event. So shout out to both those fighters.
The Chicken Ranch Casino Resort. All right, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Angel Hernandez.
All right, out walks Angel Hernandez, coming in at 2-0 in his amateur MMA career, fighting out of Team Raw, Lodi, California. He's trained in MMA, Muay Thai, and Jiu-Jitsu. Initially had another bout scheduled earlier with Ethan Krieger. Unfortunately, that fight getting scrapped in order for Angel Hernandez to save us this main event here tonight for the lightweight title. Team Raw is going to be taking on Team Last Stand. And, man, it's another Last Stand versus Team Raw. What more can you ask for? The last one gave us a show. I can only imagine what this one's going to give us.
Yeah, exactly. There's no better way to end the night,
Quick shout out to our sponsors one more time
Two
tonight.
dojos showed out all night.
Motherload
Why not?
Fire
Finish out the
Protection,
card that way.
Alejo
Disappointed thus
Electric,
far.
Hoplite Fight Productions, JR Entertainment, and of course Competitive Fighting Sports for all your video and audio needs. And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Robert Aguilar.
All right. You hear the crowd cheering. Knew this guy would be one of the fan favorites, fighting at a Last Stand fight team. Robert Aguilar is is challenging for this lightweight title. After a couple of fights ago, he had fought for this title, and unfortunately it did not go his way that night. But his next fight following that went to a different promotion, got a huge victory in February to become their lightweight champion, and now he's back here to try and gain another title to add to the list.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen his ground game firsthand.
Just a quick announcement,
Training with
guys.
him,
If you've been
that
drinking
crew over there at
tonight,
the Last Stand, Oakdale
please
MMA.
drive. Don't
he's
drive.
got a great
Drive
wrestling,
responsibly
great
and
jiu-jitsu,
stay here at the Chicken
very,
Ranch.
very shifty grappler. Very fundamental, just clean grappler. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he brings tonight.
Fighting out of Oakdale, California, Robert Aguilar represents Last Stand Fight Team, and they have showed up and showed out here tonight. As you can see, he's getting all the love before getting into the cage. Current 5150 lightweight champion, round one victory in February. His only loss was back in January. He took on Dashiell Allen. If you guys don't know Dashiell Allen, that guy is talented as they come, soon to be a professional. So I'm excited to see what he has adjusted and how he approaches this fight coming in here tonight. This is our main event, folks. Robert Aguilar, Alex Hernandez. for the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions Lightweight Championship.
Here we go. Main event of the evening.
Woo! We've had an awesome 12 fights here tonight. A lot of finishes, only a couple decisions. And even the ones that went to decision have been exciting.
Absolutely.
Cannot complain.
Yeah, this card was stacked. No question about it.
Enter the cage, Robert Aguilar.
A pretty apparent size difference.
Oh, yeah.
Aguilar looks like a much bigger fighter inside the ring. Just seeing him up close. He looks big for the weight class.
All right, fight fans, this next fight is the main event of the evening. It will be 3 rounds in the featherweight division. Brought to you by JR Entertainment 209 Beatdown, Hoplite Fight Productions, and Motherlode Fire Protection. This is for the Hoplite belts, title belts. Introducing the 3 guys in the ring, starting with your referee, David Shirley. And now the fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us today wearing shorts, orange shorts, dressed in blue. Standing at 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 148 pounds. Fighting out of Team Raw. He brings a perfect record to the cage tonight with 1 win and 0 losses. Fighting out of Lodi, California. Please welcome Angel the Butcher Hernandez. And his opponent standing across the cage in the red corner comes to us today wearing black shorts trimmed in red. He stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 148 pounds. He is an orthodox fighter fighting out of the Last Stand Fight Team, who brings a 4-1 record with 1 win by way of submission. Fighting out of Sonora, California, welcome Robert Aguilar. Your referee, David Shirley, for pre-fight instructions.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. I expect a clean, good fight. Listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now. Come out ready to bang.
All right, our 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions lightweight title on the line. Robert Aguilar in the red. Angel Hernandez in the blue. 3 2-minute rounds to decide it if we get to that point. Round number 1, touch of gloves. Oh, beautiful.
Big shot from Aguilar.
Wow. He landed that big right there, Aguilar.
Oh, nice back take from Hernandez.
Oh, wow.
Very nice. Oh, looking to sink in that choke early.
Oh. He's pushing him off for a second, but Hernandez recovering.
He might have
well.
that. He's fighting that. Oh,
tap.
He got the tap.
Oh,
he got the tap. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Angel Hernandez.
Wow.
Team Raw.
Talk about an underdog victory.
Underdog victory.
Holy cow.
Angel Hernandez just 2-0. Getting the victory here tonight, sinking in that rear naked choke. And he is now the 209 Beatdown Hoplite Fight Productions lightweight champion. Just
wow.
How many seconds in the round number 1? How many?
I couldn't even tell you. It was quick. It was quick.
Here's a replay courtesy of Competitive Fighting Sports. Touch of gloves. This was a short fight. Nice jab there from Angel Hernandez.
Yeah,
Aguilar lands his own, though.
Yeah, he landed some big shots early, and then
he was able to sink that choke in.
I'll tell you what, Hernandez just put himself on the map with that one.
And they were so dry. There is no way. No. You know, it's just so hard to get him off your back at that point.
Wow.
Wow. The upset of the night.
Yeah.
Angel Hernandez saying yes to fight for the title at 11:30 this morning, weighing in at 145. and now he fights for the lightweight title last minute, and he wins.
Wow, that's crazy. I'll tell you what. You know, coming out, I hear people in the crowd yelling, "He looks scared. He looks scared." But I think he looked stoic. He looked on a mission. He went out there, got the kill early.
All right, fight fans, David Shirley has called us into this fight at 33 seconds of round 1 by way of rear naked choke. For your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Angel the Butcher Hernandez.
Angel Hernandez getting the upset of the night, walking out the lightweight champion.
Thank you to our sponsors, Motherload Fire Protection, for sponsoring this fight, the main event of the evening.
An amazing night. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Marissa, the Fight Culture. I'm joined
by Blake Perry,
by Mr. Blake Perry, Nature Boy, who has some stuff cooking. Should be seeing
fight fans, don't forget about the after party tonight.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
It is at the Proper and Plum Cocktail Lounge, just to the left of the ballroom here at the Chicken Ranch Casino Resort.
Blake MMA 170.
We'll have DJ Izzy spinning the beats to keep your tail feathers shaking all night long. Are you feeling plucky? Thank you for everybody for coming out tonight. Chaos in the Coop. Keep an eye for the next Chaos in the Coop coming.